What's up,
Strange
everybody?
chat.
Sky, thanks for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope
Thanks for the raid, Sky.
The Sky T. Oh my god!
Oh my god! There's
Yeah!
so many little clouds in the chat. The whole army has arrived. The whole little cloud army has arrived. Anyways, everybody, welcome back to
Roll
another...
initiative.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh no. I don't think I could fight 78 people.
Nah, you got this.
If I have all of you on my
Think-
side, then maybe.
Well,
Be
well-placed
honest. Be
firewall.
honest. Be honest, PT. 78 people. How many could you take down? One, like, bare fists.
Probably like the first two that get to me, and then just overwhelming numbers will just beat me into the dust if I'm being realistic about things.
What if you
Fair
were
enough.
fighting them one-on-one the whole
What
time?
if you're
If I
fighting
was
me?
fighting them one-on-one, if I was fighting you, Matt, I think it's just kind of a toss-up either way. Like, I'm gonna be going strong until you just up and ballet kick me in the fucking teeth.
I forgot this is still an ongoing thing we
We've
have.
had this conversation. If I was fighting them one by one, I mean, there's a lot of factors that come into play there. I don't know anything about the 78 people. We're talking about like 78 like D&D commoner type people. Because if they have
Yeah,
four
sure,
hit
but
points,
I'd like to
Well, I
point
don't
out
know.
that these guys are pretty furious in chat right now. Like they are claiming to take you down.
Well, Eclipse said that they count as a swarm, so like one flaming arrow and you guys are all dead.
Oh, that's true. I mean, if they count as a swarm, thanks for the drink, Tech Husband. There he is. There's my favorite white boy.
It's been so long, eh?
How the heck do I have
Anyways.
40k channel points for you?
Everybody has like
I have
60 or
60.
70.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Oh
an
my
uncommon thing. Having said that, we were talking about, Sky, how many of your chat could I fight? And we were talking about various things, like if they came one at a time, I could probably get through a couple. They came as a mass. As long as two of them are faster than the rest, I can get two of them, and then the rest will just overwhelm and kill me. But if they count as a swarm, like in like a D&D level swarm, I'll probably be okay. I mean, that's what flamethrowers and Molotov cocktails are for.
I said
It's
bare
true.
fists.
Oh yeah, you did say bare fists.
Did.
I'm gonna sneeze on my
Well, you can-
knuckles so I get that extra poison damage.
Ew.
You can
That
throw a
is
Molotov
gross.
cocktail with your bare fists.
You can throw a Molotov cocktail. I don't know. Honestly, am I wearing exactly what I'm wearing right now? Is that's a key
Sure.
factor? Because
Yeah.
if so, I
Sure.
can take my boots off and hold them by the laces and give myself some sort of weapon.
Just nunchucks made
Just
out of
nunchucks
fucking
with my-
hiking boots.
Just nunchucks with my boots because they have steel toes in them, so they'll be somewhat
This is
effective.
Stupid as shit.
I prefer silent toes.
Silent
Alright.
toes. Well,
All right.
What
I'll
ki-
steal your
what
toes
kind of
first.
boots does Nom wear? Steel
Silent
toes.
toe. Golden dwarf.
Anyways, everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Long Night. As always, I am your disaster tour guide, Perfectly Techno. Welcome back. It's been a couple weeks. People are saying in chat that I have no idea what they can do, but most of you have no idea what I can do.
It's
Yeah.
true. PT can poop in under a minute.
He used to snowboard.
That's true.
He has strong inner thighs.
It's all about that core strength in everything you do. Anyways, everybody, welcome back. Let's get our players introduced. I think since it's been 2 weeks, normally I know we let Zinlar do the recaps, but I think we're just going to do a collective recap so
That's
that we
fair.
can try and hit all the bases. But let's say hello to all our players. We have Gwaine, the half-elf fighter, played by...
I'm Matt. I play Gwaine, half-elf
It's
fighter.
true. It's true you do.
We
You play
have
that guy.
I was going somewhere, but it's fine. No.
we have Gibbs, the Triton Warlock, played
I
by...
preferred you when you couldn't talk.
Hi, I'm Panda. I play Gibbs, the Triton Warlock.
We have Mayada Diomelia, the Tabaxi Bard, played by...
It is me, Eliakos.
We have Squall Estuary, the Water Ganassi Monk, played by...
It's me, the Sky T. Hello, everyone, again.
It's Water Mommy.
Yeah.
And last
Sorry,
but
my
not
biggest fan.
least, we have Zinlar, Teller of Tales, the Lizard Folk Druid, played by...
Me, Gentleman Ferret, or Jeff.
It's
That's me.
Or Jeff.
True.
I'm
You
waiting for
make your
PT
own introduction awkward. How did you fail to break your own ice?
I
Pleasure,
I
pleasure
think
to
my
meet you all.
I
It
think
is-
my
it is
favorite part of the entirety of just what went down was that he tried to make both yours and Panini's awkward and failed, and then made
Made
his
his
own
worse.
awkward.
I
with
had to,
no
you
interference.
know, I had. Yeah, well, I mean, what can I say? I'm an awkward little guy. That's me.
Sure.
People
I
in
think just
chat
by
are
saying
saying
that I proved my
You
point.
really lost your wisdom, didn't you?
I
people are confused that Sky is not just a plush dragon in this too.
I know. No, I'm much more of a badass in this one.
A water
I'm
mommy,
not
if
just
you
a
will.
squishy dragon.
A water
Is-
mommy, if you will.
Well, I
Is
was
the
drawing ship art of Nuzin and Lyra in the stream earlier, so like they were primed for Minotaur, but they got water mommy instead.
Lightman is plush dragon.
Alignment is
Um,
absolutely not plush dragon on Squall.
No, he was asking. I think plush dragon's probably like.
I would maybe just say neutral.
Yeah,
It would have
probably.
to, maybe lawful neutral.
I would go more chaotic neutral personally.
Yeah, that's I can see it. Yeah, that works for me.
Because
I feel like I think plush dragon's closer to chaotic good.
which
Whereas
Yeah.
I think that Douglas would be like chaotic neutral.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
no. Douglas is straight up chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Douglas is an end boss.
I think he's
Douglas-
chaotic neutral.
He's playing the long game.
Douglas
Yeah,
is a
he's playing
patron,
along.
which means he's just inherently evil.
Oh wait, I like this answer in chat. Chaotic wholesome. That's good.
Yes,
That's good.
that is accurate, Greg.
Yeah, that.
Can I
Yes,
also
that's a good
say,
one. Guess.
As we've been having this conversation, I've come to the realization that everybody in this game works for me except for Panda.
Let's go.
Hey,
That's
True.
borderline hilarious.
yeah.
You heard it here first.
However,
Sky Team.
no. Ferret works for me. No, hold on.
Yo, actually,
I
yo,
can take this away from you. No, I'm just kidding.
yo, actually,
I mean, you
though,
can't though because he still works for me
I
through
know.
you.
Yo, actually, though,
so-
catch me designing the shirt for the entire, for Sky's entire business. Just call it the Sky Team.
I don't
that
know.
that is
That's already our
literally
group
what our
chat.
group
Yeah,
chat is
it
called
is.
for
I
editing.
don't know
Well,
The
if
now.
Sky
I
Team.
feel left out or that I dodged a bullet.
You-
I mean, that's up
It's
to you. If you
Uh,
want, I mean, I can make you a mod panda if you want.
I mean,
That's
I
a
mean,
lot of work.
Panini,
exactly.
in these trying times, you can both feel left out because everybody else didn't dodge the bullet, and be happy you dodged the bullet.
all I'm saying, Panda, is like if you do anything, you're still a better mod than PT.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my god.
No, that's fair.
bruh.
That's
And
reasonable.
with that,
That's
That's
reasonable.
a
I'm
die.
only a mod to find the worst of the worst.
It's true.
we are not missing someone.
We are not missing somebody, but I
No.
do need to change the map name because we are not in Sylvanaria.
I mean,
We
there are
are
people
not.
within my life that I miss.
I like that also the map is still just zoomed in on Shenung, even though we're not anywhere near there anymore.
That is where the map lives now.
And it was also titled the wrong thing.
So the
Wow,
reason
we're
it's
really
titled the wrong
struggling.
thing is really just the like maybe not the peak of laziness, but it's definitely a false peak of laziness where I keep changing it for the BCH game and then forgetting and not making a different text map thing for this game.
So it's overcomplication.
I think it's
Yes.
under complication.
Which
No,
any
it's
content creator
complication.
knows about.
Fair
It's
enough.
just
Anyways, let's get into
complication.
our recap. So we're just gonna go person to person and just tell us what you remember from last time.
All right.
So Gwaine,
Yeah, I remember a little more towards the end of the session because what sticks out to me is we tried to sneak around. There's a lot of in this game. There's a few kind of bad people of power currently that have been sneaking around, and we finally found out that they're all in conglomerates with each other and they're working together. So me and Squall decided to do some sneakies and go see what was going on inside of a building that we were currently scouting. And what I remember very specifically is Zinlar decided to distract the guard by telling them the tale of the Gettysburg War.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And I only remember it because I genuinely remember my jaw hurting after that session because I couldn't stop laughing and smiling about that.
It was it was good. It was solid.
It was, oh my goodness, it was crazy.
I also remember that Zinlar then did a complete 180 and told the guards that he knew they were doing bad things.
Oh yeah.
Went from
Well,
let me distract you to by the way we're on to your asses.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Zinlar wrapped up the story beautifully by saying, "Now, the story of Gettysburg could be you guys if you
No,
guys
yeah, he
do
did.
what you're doing." Because Squall gave Zinlar a little mind message, and it said, "We have to let the guards know what's going on," or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So Zinlar, honestly, didn't know that he was letting the wrong guards know.
And just to catch some people up, in case people don't know, I'll just say the names of the bad people who are in power currently, so that they can kind of appreciate. And let me know if I'm missing them. But we have Grissif and Gry, which are two brothers who Gry we believed was dead for a while, and Grissif was causing a lot of mischief. Turns out that Gry has been alive.
No, he was dead. He is currently dead. Grissif brought him back with necromancy.
That's the
Gry is
one.
undead right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
He
basically-
definitely was dead.
And basically, them two bitches be causing issues. That's one
Yeah.
of them. And then it was a tale from a distant land, then. Distant realm. And then there's Uncle Gwaine, who's my uncle, who's a bit of a piece of shit.
Mhm.
A
Owns
bit?
an order. Yeah, he owns an order of people who murder people based on how they look. So honestly, not a good guy.
Hold on. Does chat not know what Gettysburg is?
If it's not American.
Okay,
Uh,
so for those who
Are you
don't know,
alienating our audience?
For
No,
those
I'm
who
just saying.
for those who don't know what Gettysburg is, Gettysburg was a battle
goodness,
during the
here we go.
American Civil War that started because both armies needed shoes. That is not even a fucking joke.
Is that true?
Wow.
It is. The main reason that the Union Army and the Confederate Army met at Gettysburg was because Gettysburg had a shoe factory in it. And they both needed new boots for their soldiers.
Well, I wasn't like hashing out that people didn't know what Gettysburg was, but it was the people trying to get over the logic that Gettysburg existed in D&D.
No, Zinlar is a storyteller, and so like it was like I think the way that we explained it is that he was just making it off the fucking dome, but it's
Yeah.
a real thing.
Now people getting mad in chat that the battle was technically started over shoes, even though it was. There's nothing you can do. History's already written, and that one was written in boot leather.
Boot polish.
Boot polish, that's much better. I don't
You're
know how you
welcome.
write in leather. You can write on leather, but not in it. I am on
It's
a
ingrained.
special sort of deranged today.
Yeah.
Gibbs, what do you
Um,
remember from last time? Or unless you're not done, Gwen.
No, I'm
Do
done.
you have more? Okay. Gibbs?
I mean, pretty much the same stuff. I remember Gibbs specifically because I play Gibbs. Gibbs turned invisible. You guys saw Squall and Gwaine saw the group of people talking. But
Oh.
Gibbs heard the people talking.
Oh yeah, because you were in the building.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
And
Gibbs
we
was
in the
both-
building.
going super stealth.
Yeah.
Oh, another important thing that Gwaine forgot. Gwaine made a deal with a devil last session.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
did.
was gonna. Yeah, everyone started powering up. Gwaine made a deal with the devil in his stick.
Well, Gibbs, you were helping
He's the
Zinlar at
devil in
first,
his
I believe.
Hey, Sky, he's
Yeah.
not wrong. It is a
It's-
stick with
It's a sharp stick at least, you know. Mine regular stick. but
No,
yours sharp
they kind
stick.
of nailed it. It's basically a demon tail with a fucking packing tape onto a fucking staff.
I mean, I can show them the picture of it.
Yeah, go for it.
We can show them the picture of your packing tape.
They did kind of nail it.
They really
and then
did.
Squall
though. That-
also
that-
made
that
a deal
covers
with the magical weapon that's now a staff. It used to be a
Dagger.
knife.
Yeah.
Dagger, yeah.
Yeah. I just got a stick.
it. Yep. anything else to mention, Gibbs? You kind of munched on a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I bit
Yeah,
someone's
forget about that.
leg.
There's so much of the like you guys are all
Wow.
just telling the end of the session and not
Yeah.
like
Right. I
everything that
forgot.
happened before that.
Yeah, there
That's
I
what
was.
was
you're here for, Scott.
I was just gonna fill in to be
Yeah,
honest.
go for it, Sky.
Uh,
also stabbed a man.
well, yeah. Let's just keep going in order. Maya. Well, oh, Maya wasn't here. Maya, you
Yeah,
did
Maya
a bunch
was
of
only
stuff.
here for a
You
little
did a
bit.
bunch.
You remember? Oh wait.
Maya, you did
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff with your stepdad and just
That she
pretended.
hates.
Yeah, and just pretended to be a completely different cat, not one
I
you
am
knew.
an orange cat now. All
Orange cat.
orange. Don't dump any water on me or else my cover will be blown.
Yeah, well, your cover might be blown anyways, because an important thing that I forgot to tell you before session was at the very end of the session, you got ripped through a portal that just appeared beneath your feet.
Oh, well, you know, that's fun. I can't wait to
Yeah.
discover that.
Alrighty. Squall, what did they not
Help
fill
us.
in?
Squall, help
So
us.
everything that we didn't talk about that happened last session before the drama at the very end is we discovered that my quote unquote father is alive and around. I was raised as an orphan by the church as far as I knew. Turns out I got parents. They're alive. Or
Well,
were.
One of them is.
Yeah, were. So we went to I'm trying to remember the exact like chain of events. I remember all the events. I'm not sure the order exactly. I believe that we went to go help my quote unquote father set up for a rally that evening, in which we saw through his disguise that it is somebody actually masquerading as my father and using my good reputation essentially to take control in the Order of Lost Souls. So after we helped, but not really, I kind of was using my odd influence over things to get us into places. So we went, found out that the other Inquisitors that we'd been trying to find and break out were in a jail that was in the Order's temple. So we went there, went to break them out, basically. When we were bringing them out, I asked for Zinlar, I think specifically, to try and charm the guard so that he would be on our side. And Zinlar,
Zinlar did.
you know, tried. Yes, Zinlar, quote unquote, charmed him with murder.
Yeah, he was
Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful story.
well, okay, in
charmed
Zinlar's
him with
defense,
stabbing.
Zinlar tried to charm the man, and then he said, "Are you trying to charm me?" And Zinlar said, "So what if I am?" And then casted Flame Blade and stabbed him through the
Yeah.
chest.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I think that's, but like that's a little bit off. You didn't cast it then stab him. You cast it through his chest.
Right.
You
So-
laid your hand on his chest seductively and then shish kebabbed him. And they
So-
saw it through the wall on the other side.
We smelled it too. So we took the armor off of that guard, put the Inquisitors that we broke out in that armor and took them out with us. And we're just like, thankfully they had been very aggressive towards every guard that went in that cell, so no one ever goes in there. So it's probably fine and we won't get found out. Probably, maybe, hopefully. You know, the one guy that saw us walk in there is dead, so it's probably fine.
Yeah.
So we took the other Inquisitors into the outer city where it would be safer and there would be less prying eyes because there are walls separating the sections of the city, and the innermost ring is pretty much controlled by the Order of Lost Souls and has been kind of cherry picked. Like the people that are most loyal are in the inner ring, essentially. So we went to the outer ring to gather supplies and get those guys geared up. I spoke with this strange sentient dagger. He was unhelpful, largely, kind of obtuse, you
As
know.
per usual.
As well, not for me,
Not
but
for you. Well, yes, for you, but not for Squall.
Yes, for me, not in character. And then we ended up tracking down the group, and that's where everybody else's descriptions come in of our glorious sneaking around and Zinlar's incredible magical tale of the Battle of Gettysburg, which culminated in him accidentally kind of giving us away. And then me and Gwaine simultaneously making deals with our sentient weapons to gain new powers.
Yeah.
And then all of us being teleported away before the baddie squad could catch us, basically.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
Zinlar,
good to me.
anything to add?
No, I would like to say that the Tale of Gettysburg is a brilliant tale. And I think one that is, I think it made the stream educational, really.
You know what? As a history double major, I appreciated it. I thought it was a good. The concept.
Hey, it was all factual. Everything that Zinlar said was factual to the Tale of Gettysburg because I looked it up.
Well, you know,
Wow.
the best part is now that you've added Earth into the multiverse, I can just do a real life game. I'll just
I mean,
hunt
you
you.
could've done that anyway.
True, but now
Will our
I can.
characters meet us IRL?
Oh no!
Oh
I
my
was talking.
God.
I was talking more. From now on, I will be the big bad. You have 6 months to group up before I start hunting you.
Ellie, did
Oh
you?
shit!
Matt
Did
would
you
get into a fist fight immediately.
We can
Ellie,
talk
did you-
about the interactions.
Battle of Gettysburg.
We
You
can
missed
talk.
it. They wanted it. I said this is the
Oh,
second time I'm
gotcha.
sending it through.
We will end the stream off with what all of you think would happen if your D&D characters met you in real life. We'll end the stream with that.
That's fine.
But
Sounds
anyways,
like a plan.
that about sums up where we're at.
Hell
So all of you, the last thing any of you remember is these kind of, oh god, I'm gonna say this word wrong. Cyan?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, thank God.
Cyan.
These cyan portals opening up around you and essentially pulling you away. Maya, yours was the strangest because you were carrying a pile of blankets and suddenly you weren't. All 5 of you find yourselves kind of spit out into this dusty alley, so you're very aware that you are now in the outer city. And you all find yourself kind of like spit out's a pretty good word. Dropped. Like it's the landings are not very graceful.
Mine is I have a featherful ring.
Oh yeah. Well, yours is. Everybody but Gwaine's, and I guess if you
No.
want to roll dex, you
Mine
can.
would be too.
You gotta use the winged boots. Stable
It's
landing.
the people
I
who
could-
powered up so hard.
I mean, I could use the winged boots, but I also just as a monk,
Do you have feather falling now?
yeah. Well, not. I mean, yeah, essentially.
Yes, but no, but yes.
Yes.
yeah.
Got it.
Zinlar's was not graceful
Gibbs
because
just
Zinlar was in the
face-plants.
middle of trying to help start
Gibbs
a
and
coup.
Zinlar just take it out.
That
Yeah.
Gibbs was
Take it out.
leaning against the door and then like just fell forward.
I don't actually know if any of you see Gibbs come out of the portal. Like you see the portal open up, but I'm pretty sure Gibbs is still invisible.
You see a puff of dust on the ground.
Oh God.
All right, and so all 5 of you are kind of left in this alley.
Zinlar sees the dust and just goes, "Oh my god, Gwaine!" And then looks up and goes, "Oh, well, it wasn't you."
You could probably see me with your monocle.
Oh, can I? I
You
thought-
can.
So
Oh yeah.
The monocle
never
has
mind.
true sight.
Never mind. I just see Gibbs fall. Then
Out of
Mhm.
one eye, out of a single eye, you see
Out of a
Gibbs hit
single
the
eye.
ground.
I'm gonna help Gibbs up then.
With a single eye, you only see one Gib. You don't see Gibbs.
Not
Sorry.
multiple Gibbs, just
Here we
one.
go, boys. It's been a month.
It has
Yeah.
been a month.
Alrighty.
oh, thanks. Where are we?
Judging by, and Squall kind of looks around the nastiness. I'm gonna say we're in the outer city.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think.
Wayne is visibly pissed.
Why? How did we? Why are we here? How did we get here? Why?
Well, I don't know. I was telling a really good tale, and then
Oh yeah?
I
What
just
was...
ended up here. You guys ever heard of Gettysburg?
It was a good tale. I was there for the first half.
It's true. It's true. And then we
It
snuck
picks up
in.
after the second half.
Lots of explosions were going on. It was great. It was a good time.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry,
think
you
the
would-
portals.
Maya.
Well, what I was saying, when Maya fell, you probably heard a bunch of spitting and like cat hissing. I don't have the blankets anymore, right?
You're still one of them got hooked on your claws, so you have
There
one
you go.
blanket remaining.
That's what I was thinking. I'm very hooked in. Like, you know, when you pick up your cat off the couch and they just like retract their claws into whatever they were sleeping on, and you're like, oh come on, please don't make me do this. So you just see her really just trying to twist her claw off this blanket, and she's almost making it worse. But she's gonna be like, whoever took me out of that situation, thank you very much. I didn't want to be there anymore. This is much preferable. And then you're gonna hear her like spit as she's trying to like take her claws out of the blanket.
Well, it definitely was not me.
I think it was me actually.
You can
Huh?
do that.
You can just summon portals now?
Can you summon Grisav and Gry out here for me?
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
let's beat him
No,
up.
let me remove my claws first. More
I mean,
hissing
yes,
spitting.
I'm for beating them up. I
Who
think.
were they again?
Don't worry about it.
Well, true though.
I mean, I'm willing to beat them up with you guys. I just,
They're
how
the ones
scary
that
are they?
they're well. I don't think they're scary, but like
Oh,
the
well, then this should be no
technology that
problem.
they wield is very
Ah.
dangerous.
Nah. We'll be
Essentially, they have bombs that can
Oh.
that if you breathe the smoke that they put off, it can force you into a rage-filled murder spree until your
They'll
heart
breathe when we
explodes.
fight them, and we'll be fine.
What?
Bite them?
Yeah, if we simply fight them without breathing, we'll be fine. They have
Oh, I thought you
nothing on
said-
us.
I think you said bite. I was
I
like,
thought you
wow,
said bite
Scar.
them too. Why would
Oh.
I ever bite someone?
Yeah, that's
That would be, I mean,
that would be really
pretty
weird,
odd.
Actually, I mean, I bite people.
Yeah,
a lot.
I mean, sometimes if it
every
comes
once
to
in a
it.
while.
I mean, I understand the urge. Sometimes it happens.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I just gotta deal that extra damage by biting them, ripping some flesh off. It's a good time. I don't eat it though. That
Okay.
would be weird.
Wait, why did you make this portal then? What happened? Or is our cover blown? Or
No, I was about to start a coup. I think. I think we would have. I think we were about to win. I think if we go back there right now, I can
No,
convince them to.
I don't think that's our best bet currently. I mean, I do
Okay.
think we need to take them out, but we need to expose.
How do we get them one by one? Let's all gang up on them one by one.
Well, I imagine they're going to spread out here soon for whatever it is that they, said they were planning.
Mm.
I'm assuming they've got lackeys placing the bombs, which might be easier to trace than Grisav.
So what's
But-
up with the one
So-
guy that looked really weird to me, but you guys all thought he was normal?
The guy pretending to be my father?
Yeah.
He is apparently Grisif's undead brother.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, when we first encountered them, Grisif actually murdered him to stop us from catching him experimenting with this same pheromone. And now it appears that he has brought his brother back to life with necromantic magic. And
Classic
it's-
necromancy.
yeah, now it's that thing is masquerading using my good name.
Well,
So,
Okay, so what's our plan here?
that is a great question, Gibbs.
Weren't we thinking to like expose them during like the was it a rally?
yeah, there was a
or
rally going
something?
on.
The
But
What we
I don't-
need to figure out is whether the rally is the center point of the bombs or whether it is a distraction.
Oh, that's
Oh,
yes.
they're like planning on setting them all off here.
They're planning to destroy the entire city, I think.
Oh, I thought they were just trying to take it over. They want to destroy this place?
That's what it seemed like.
What
I
if we
don't
destroy
know.
it first?
Out of
not.
character, PT, I don't remember.
Out of
How-
character, their plan is to go after the church.
Okay, they did say that specifically.
Yes, they said specifically that they were going to go after the church. Capturing the city was one of their secondary goals if they had time for it.
Okay.
About Zidlar's plan.
So they're probably okay. So then basically what it seems that Grissif specifically has a grudge against the Order of Lost Souls, and they've built it into this monster that I imagine they could probably justify destroying
Right.
through his brother's manipulation. And then they also want to take over the entire city as a secondary goal to that. So, I feel like the likelihood then with that specifically in mind is that likely what they've done is they've collected the people most loyal to the order in the inner city so that they can kill everybody inside the innermost wall.
Aye, so just to be clear, us destroying the city ourselves is off of the table. That's not what we want to do.
Yes, ideally
not
I would
okay.
rather you not kill the city that I am from. Destroy it completely.
I would want the same for my home city. I gotcha.
Yes. So
Bruh.
I think probably our best course of action. So I was able to get in contact with the Inquisitor Regent, and he is bringing the Inquisitors that are left, Storza.
So the guy that is posing as your father, is he also posing as the leader of the church right now?
No.
Okay.
As
So who
far
is
as I
that?
could tell, that man is who he says he is. He's just an idiot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That about covers it up.
He doesn't have any reason to question that it's my father, since apparently he knew that my father was alive before he was murdered by Grissif and Gry. This entire time. Which, I have feelings about, regardless. But, he has no reason to question that man is my father because he knew that he existed. And the Order is in danger, and they're calling back people who they sent out to do, mission work, essentially.
Mm. So why?
Place is getting blown up, and everything is going to crap.
Well, technically, it's not going to get blown up. It's just that they're going to release a noxious gas into the air of the inner city that is going to make everybody murder each other. And if they don't murder each other, then their hearts will explode.
Yeah.
Ah.
That doesn't
I-
sound like fun.
It's not. It's just it's horrifying, to be honest.
Have you like seen it first person in
Yes.
person?
Yes. Well, I mean, my black eye isn't just a fashion statement. I was actually bitten on the face by one of the
Oh.
creatures that produced this pheromone when we were first trying to stop those brothers. And so I mean, as far as I'm aware, both myself and Gwaine are immune because we've actually
Experience.
breathed. Yeah, we've actually both been afflicted by the rage pheromone. That being said, I don't know what Grissif has done to alter it by this point.
Well, you guys must have a cure then.
We do.
We do.
So then why don't we get infected real quick? And
Oh,
then
what? Okay, well, I just got a lab for me to make some stuff, cause that's the cure. Me make
We
a bunch of
also
crap.
we don't have the pheromone to
uh,
infect you. It's not an easy thing to acquire, to be honest. Um,
Yeah.
the one creature that they had caged up, was separated from a colony, and it was extremely dangerous on its own.
We barely made it out of there, to be fair.
Yes,
hmm.
so it's not exactly easy to extract the pheromone from it. You can get poisons from them pretty easily, but they're not the same thing.
No.
So we have two different forms of antidote. One is made of medicinal plants. The other, well, they're both made of medicinal plants. They're just made of different medicinal plants. The one that we have the most access to currently is what Maya can make,
Yeah.
which is made with berries that we brought back from the other continent, that where we found you two. But there are herbs that can also counteract it here in Eltrit. It's just they're harder to acquire, and you need an apothecary to brew it.
Do you think the Inquisitors have any more of that sawdust soup?
I'm certain that they do.
Because
but
after telling that tale, I am quite famished.
I
Do
mean,
you go back to the Inquisitors to
we're
get
not-
sawdust soup?
I think I have extra. If you need,
Do you?
yeah, I got a
Oh, I'll
couple
take-
jars to road.
I think
Yeah, I'll
you
take whatever
didn't.
you're willing to give.
So Maya,
Yeah.
when you pull those jars out, they have
Mhm.
since dried and now look much less like soup and much more like plaster.
Um, I mean,
No, this is fine. I'll take it.
oh, okay. She hands over a jar.
Is there like a puddle nearby or anything?
Yeah, there's some puddles on the ground around.
Zindler is just gonna take some of the water and splash it into the jar and kind of like shake it up a bit.
Oh my god.
As you shake it, it turns into this kind of like slurry of plaster and water. There's like it definitely becomes more liquid, but there's still absolutely just chunks of hardened sawdust in here.
Now this reminds me of being on deck back in
like-
the olden days.
Sawdust candy.
Gibbs, we used to have this stuff all the time back on our
Yeah.
back on our ship.
Back on the Becky.
Back on the Becky, back on the good old Becky. This is what we used to have
Chunks
for
of
weeks.
sawdust.
This brings me back.
Gonna look at him and be like,
Fuck.
"So is it any good?"
No,
No,
it
it's
is
not.
not.
Oh.
It is purely nostalgia for me.
You know what wood tastes like?
It's like playing
Yeah.
an old Game Boy
Yeah.
game. It's like, is it enjoyable? No.
It is not the flavor or the texture. It is the memories that it holds.
Jesus Christ.
But go on, go on, Squall. I'm listening. I'm a little famished, and Zinlar's just gonna start eating some of the sawdust.
Fair enough. More power to you, I guess.
Good soup.
So, I guess we need to, ideally, if we can meet up with the other Inquisitors, both the ones that we freed and the Grand Inquisitor, and whoever he brings from the actual Inquisition headquarters. then we could probably divide and conquer a bit better. We could send them to go, you know, at least a couple of them to maybe scout and try and figure out where the bombs are being held. And then we can go to the ceremony where they're likely going to be set off. We can set them to try and find the devices and, you know, maybe cause a distraction if need be. I mean, as long as Grissif has Gry masquerading as my father, he can't move against me. Because everybody knows I'm an estuary, and it would be very suspicious for my father to attack me.
Right. Well, what if we instigate him?
I like the plan. When will the other Inquisition people be here to meet, and when is the ceremony?
I believe the ceremony's happening pretty soon, right, PT? Can we get like a
Yep. So a
time?
timeline of basically the order of events. Where you guys are at right now, you are 3 hours out from the ceremony.
Okay.
It was stores have said that you could expect them to arrive within an hour of the ceremony. Like
Okay.
they were hauling ass to get here as fast as they could.
Yeah.
So
And,
if you wait for
the other
the other Inquisitors told you that they would sneak back into the inner city and meet you outside of like the fairgrounds right before the ceremony began.
Okay.
They just had to go hit their stashes and get their equipment.
Right, because they had stuff stashed around the city.
Yep.
So the Inquisitors that we freed are still are back in, or should be heading back into the inner city, and we're supposed to meet them near the event. Storza told me that they would be here in about 2 hours, give or take. That they're coming as fast as they can with as many people as they can. I don't know exactly how many. It's not going to be an army, but I think our best bet is to try and use our time to see if we can find the people planting the bombs.
Mhm.
They're not going to be easy to plant. The one that we found when we were back on the other continent. Is there a name for that other continent?
There's not names for any of these continents.
Okay.
Shnung. I mean, it was
when we were
widely
back
called Shnung.
yeah. When we were back in the area of Shenung, we found one of the devices in a city that they destroyed, and they are not insignificant. Right, they were pretty big.
They're
It
like
was-
the size of a small generator.
Yeah. So, in order for them to hide them, they're going to need control of the area that they're hiding them in. So it stands to reason that there's probably one underneath or around the stage that we were at. So that might be a good place to look. It's going to be difficult to be not suspicious in that area. But they have to be, they have to be around, just around the inner city. I'm sure that they've got some centralized around the actual Temple of Lost Souls so that they can take out as many of the Order as possible.
As another reminder, Storza did also tell you that you should probably tell the actual city guard,
Mm-hmm.
not the church's private soldiers.
Yes.
Yeah, that might have been my bad. Well, what do we do? I guess we go to the inner city then and meet up with the.
Well, the outer city is where the General Guard will be, so we should head to
Yeah.
the General Guard to let them know that, an attack is going to come from within, and then head to the inner city and try and do some reconnaissance, I think. Maybe, if we're lucky, we can disable these things before they go off.
Hopefully.
Alrighty.
I mean, if not, we've got enough doses to settle you three back down. It's just we won't be able to save a lot of people.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Then we will head for the main guard headquarters.
All right, so the main guard headquarters is going to be in the Crystal Sword District. You would know it. You would know it pretty well, Squall, both from
Mhm.
being a troubled youth, amongst other
while
things.
while we are
The
talking
troubled adult.
and while we're walking, can I take a short rest?
Yeah, we'll say that everybody can have a short rest.
Okay.
Alrighty. So as you approach this building, the guardhouse is a very utility or function over form building. It's large. It's pretty much just a cube. It's made out of these dull gray stone bricks that it seemed that after they were stacked were kind of shaved down to make them difficult to climb. And as you head there, it seems that most of the guard, like the guard here, is not as populous per se as the guard would have been in your youth, Squall and Maya, living in the city. The guards seem to be operating at about 30% capacity compared to what they used to be. But that also tracks with everything that stores had told you. So how are you guys going about this? Are you just walking straight up to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really time for mincing words right now.
Right.
So yeah, we probably just walk in, honestly.
Yeah,
Unless
someone's
someone's gonna
walk in and
stop
just
us.
go, hey, I think there's a bomb or something in the middle of the city.
Are you actually saying that?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
So as you guys walk in, Zinlar says that, and you can you can't hear a record scratch, but the entire room goes quiet and they all just start looking at you.
Oh no, not us, not us. We are doing it. The churches.
Oh,
So we
heard
have reason to believe.
okay. One of the guards kind of walks over. He goes, "If you could all come with me, I'll take you into a room, and I suppose we could get a statement."
Yeah, no, we've got plenty of those.
Fantastic. As we go, and he kind of swipes up like a clipboard. He goes, "What names am I putting on this statement?"
You want our names?
Yes.
I'm Zinlar.
All right.
Teller of truths.
Zinlar, and the rest of you.
Katrina Phoebe.
Katrina Phoebe.
Damn, got away with it. Okay.
I'm Gibbs. Just Gibbs.
All right, just Gibbs.
That's not part of the name.
No, I
It's
got that.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Their name is just Gibbs. It is.
No, there's no
It's very-
just. It's Gibbs.
No, I mean,
Their name is Gibbs.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes.
The other
Yeah,
two of
yeah.
you.
I'm not here to make a statement. They are.
All right. And you, ma'am?
Estuary. Squall.
Estuary Squall. You know-
wait, you have statements?
All right. He kind of leads you all into a room that's very clearly not like a holding room. It's like a conference room.
Mhm.
He gestures
Says
you all to
Squall
sit
with
around
a
the table.
W?
And he sits on one end. And those of you who are familiar with kind of military structures, so Gwaine and Squall, this man is wearing the symbol of a captain of the Eldritch Guard. So they're obviously taking you pretty seriously.
Right.
As you do when somebody walks into a police station and goes, "Hey, yo, there's a bomb!"
Yeah, yeah.
And he goes, "All right, what can you tell me?"
There's going to be an attack on the inner ring. Specifically, this appears to be a hate crime targeted towards destroying the Order of Lost Souls.
All right.
We've been we're, well, at least myself and this man, she gestures to Gwaine, who didn't give his name, so she's not gonna say it, are from the Inquisition, and we've been tracking this group for some time, and it seems that they've returned to Eltret in order to enact this final destruction. They're using a aerosolized pheromone from the Kikamori from the Shnung continent to cause mass chaos and destruction and murder.
This
When it is, oh, go ahead.
this fit. All right. He kind of opens the door. He goes, "Can you go get the man out of holding cell 3?" And you just hear one of the guards respond yes, and he comes back and he goes, "My apologies. We had a man show up. Well, actually, only a few minutes before you, and start spouting off about some attack, and we just locked him up. But you're corroborating the evidence, so I suppose we should bring him in here as well."
What does this man look like?
As he goes to describe what the man looks like to you, you hear a knock on the door, and the guard opens it in and pushes someone into the room. And Gwaine and Squall, as he pushes this man in, you see Emmerich yelling, "If I have to tell you, stupid sons of bitches, one more time, you need to get hospitals ready and start producing pheromone antitoxin. And you, stupid mother," and he kind of sees you, he goes, "Oh, hi, guys."
Everett! I've missed you.
I haven't really.
I don't know who you are.
He was sick. He helped us in the fight against the Kikimori in his village. Or a
Yeah,
town.
Not ringing a bell for me, but I'm happy for you guys.
I feel like we need to catch up.
Yeah. So my name
our-
is Sinlar. What's your name? They said Emmerich.
He walks over and he holds out a hand for a handshake. He goes, "Emmerich, captain of the town guard of Dewick. I came to the city a couple of weeks ago."
Well, you sound like a spunky guy, and Sinlar goes to give him a handshake back.
When you grab his hand, he does the thing where he gives you a handshake and then flips it and pulls you in and gives you the half hug on the back.
Yeah.
And he goes, "All right. I don't know you two either, but I'm sure we can get to that. More pressing matters." And he turns to the captain and he goes, "You fucking moron! They're gonna blow up everything!"
Right, Emmerich, look,
Yeah, I'm with this guy.
No,
he's right.
No, don't
They're
let
gonna
him.
blow
No,
the
Zinlar,
entire-
silence. Do not
It's
let
going to
Emmerich
be a
get. No,
catastrophic
Zillar,
event.
we gotta keep this under control.
I'm literally just going to take my hands and close Zinlar's mouth. Now, getting riled up right now is not going to help anything. And she lets him go slowly, and then turns back.
Zinlar kind of calms down and goes, "Okay."
And I turn to Emmerich and I say, "Stop getting my group riled up. You calm down too."
Sorry. That's all he
Zinlar's
says.
gonna give him
Sorry.
a pat on the back.
He goes and he pulls out the chair next to Zinlar and he sits down kind of like a scolded child as he just waits for Squall to continue having a conversation.
Zinlar also looks like a skull.
As Squall goes to start talking, he writes a little note and passes it to Zinlar.
Zinlar opens the note.
"Hey yo, got any snacks?"
Zinlar takes out the jar of the
Emmerich
just,
just
like,
dies from eating sawdust.
Emmerich just takes one look at this jar and just writes another note and passes it over and then tucks it away in his pouch.
Zinlar puts the jar back and he looks at the note.
"How did you get a weapon into the police station?" As you guys all have all of your weapons.
Yeah.
Zinlar just shrugs his
I'm
shoulders.
still carrying this glowing spear.
Yeah, Squall's got a crystal staff.
Yeah.
Anyway. And Squall just kind of rolls her eyes and looks back at the captain. and continues with this pheromone comes from Kikomori, which induces a rage in
Who's dying?
every species.
Captain, are you okay? Do you have the pheromone? Oh my god.
Oh god, PG's dying.
Yes.
Are you good?
Let me know.
We're
well,
good.
I'll continue.
We're good.
Are you- are you sure?
Continue.
No,
need, like,
just
water?
continue. Just keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking, nobody explodes.
It's a pheromone that induces a rage-like state in any species that breathes it, as far as we can tell. And it forces everybody to go into a murderous rampage. You'd kill your mother, your son, your best friend, doesn't matter.
No, not
And
my
at the
mother.
end, if you survive the murder spree, then you are then just killed by your own heart exploding. We have means of making an antitoxin. However, generally it has to be taken orally, so it's not exactly an easy thing to get into people when they're in that state.
Emmerich just
also-
holds up his hand.
Squall kind of like slowly turns and goes, "Yes, Emmerich."
What?
Hi, yes, Emmerich. We've all met. Sherma is also in the city. She's trying to get the hospital to start making things.
Great, we'll go there next.
Well, that sounds pretty cool.
So, we have a trained apothecary in the city that is capable and has made this antidote before. We also have these specific type of berries. She gestures to Maya to pull out the berries.
How to make a rudimentary backup solution in case something happens to this magical apothecary person.
Yes. Ideally, we would use these only in emergency situations. For those of us who are, in the know and going to be fighting, or of people of note, like the apothecary, etc. It's a berry that is specifically from the continent that the Kikomori are also from, so it is easier to acquire there, but we have other means here, thankfully. But that being said, so this group of, I guess I'll call them terrorists, plan to sow chaos, destroy the Order of Lost Souls in the inner city, and then use that chaos to try and take over the entire city itself, to enforce their will on it, what have you. So your guards need to be prepared and calm because they're going to use the discourse to likely overwhelm you.
Definitely.
So, from what I'm hearing, let me make sure I have everything correct. There is an imminent threat to the citizens of the inner city that will more than likely spill out into the outer city.
So far, correct.
Yes.
There is a solution, vaccine, cure, something or other, that can limit these effects, but we will be unlikely to get it to the number of people who need it in the time allotted.
Still
Yes.
correct.
So we as guards, then, should be focused on containment.
Or finding the devices and disarming them before they go off.
Yes.
Yep.
Are,
Prevention.
are we positive all of these devices are going to be within the inner city? Because that could lead to somewhat of a problem.
We're not, there's no way to be certain, but my assumption is it's quite difficult to harvest this pheromone and produce this chemical. So I imagine that they don't have an excessive amount of bombs. I don't think that there's enough to cover Eltra at large, and so I think that more than likely, yes, they will be contained to the inner city. If they are in the outer rings, it will probably be sparse.
All right.
They gotta have at least two.
I will begin sending guards to search the outer city. public gathering areas, large open spaces, places where these bombs, do they disperse it as a gas? Does it make something rain? Is it a magical effect?
It is a gas, I believe. Do we know if it's a magical effect for certain?
It
I
is
don't-
not. It's a chemical
yeah.
effect.
Okay. No, it's generally dispersed as a gas. It's meant to be inhaled.
All right. I will begin sending guards to search the outer city, but the inner city is going to be a problem.
Can I try and like draw them a like recreation of the bomb that we saw?
Yes. He'll hand you like an ink quill and a piece of paper to try and.
Oh, I have like tons of writing stuff. I'll just pull a thing out. Actually, I'd probably have drawn it in my personal notes.
I think you've drawn it before.
I'm pretty sure that I did when we found the original one. I'm like almost certain I did.
I'm like 95% sure you kind of sketched out what it looked like specifically for this purpose.
Yeah, specifically for this purpose, I'm pretty sure. So I'll get out and flip through my personal like notes that has like it's got like bits of paper stuck in different pages and all sorts of stuff. So I'm like flipping through and I get closer to the end where I've got the information about the berries and stuff, and I open it to the page with a drawing of the device, and I spin the book around on the table and I slide it towards the captain of the guard and I say, "This is at least the prototype of the bomb that we found previously in a smaller town. It was able to wipe out quite a large chunk of the population in this city because it was set off before we could stop it."
All right. I'll get this to the guards who are going to need it, the ones who are going to be searching the outer city. But again, that brings us to the problem of the inner city.
That you all can't get in?
Seems like you've got it in one.
Okay.
The church's guards, if you've noticed, have, I don't want to say very religiously taken control of the inner city. But my men can't travel through there unescorted. And anything that would even breathe that the inner city was unsafe for members of the church is suppressed.
Well, unfortunately, the church is the issue. They're isolating those people in order to kill them, but one of the leaders is a plant.
That's problematic.
They murdered one of the leaders and then replaced him with a magically altered person.
Understood. I'm assuming, well, are you Inquisitors? I'm getting the vibe, but are you? Yes?
I said when we got there that me and Gwaine were Inquisitors.
Oh, you did. My bad.
I just didn't use Gwaine's name.
My bad.
I'm an honorary one.
Yeah.
Listen,
True.
we can get you and the other Inquisitors into the inner city. We still have a few paths to go down to get there. There are places we can get you in, but if this is going to be as bad as you say it is, I don't have enough guards to both defend the people of the outer city and pick a fight with the inner city at the same time, if you understand.
I believe it's better that you protect the people of the outer city. I believe that they are at less risk. It's probably more likely that out here you're going to be encountering a physical fight, not a fight against, this gas.
Then I'll have my men group up around the gates. So at the very least, if everything goes wrong,
you can
how
stop the
quickly does
raging.
it kill these men? How quickly does it kill you once it's taken effect?
It's within it's not in an hour, right? It's within a day, but I think it was escalated when we had the bomb.
It took longer to kill them. when
Oh, in the
bomb went
bomb
off.
state.
Yes.
Okay. Was it?
It was 8 hours
It was-
initially because Emmerich would have died had he not been cured. Because it was
Mhm.
killing people the night of. And then when
Yeah.
the bomb went off, it took a full 24 hours for people to go down because by the time you entered the city, people were already infected.
Right. Okay. Then yeah, I would convey. It seems that the bomb has lengthened the amount of time that people can survive it, but they still can't survive longer than 24 hours. And it's dependent on your body's own resilience, of course.
Then a truly worst case scenario is we close the gates and try to save who we can.
Yes. I think that is, in the worst case scenario, definitely the best thing to do.
Anyways, what other support can we give you?
Just knowing that you'll be able to keep people in will be helpful. And having you all on alert. The majority of what's going to happen is going to be happening within the rings. However, if you're familiar with did we ever figure out Grissif and Gry's last names? Hold on.
Yes.
Is that in my notes? Let me flip.
If it's not in your notes, it is both in my notes and on the wiki.
Whoa.
This is wow. By the way, Chad, did you know we have a wiki? PT works hard on it, and he should plug it more.
He barely ever plugs it.
It's true.
Sorry.
Wiki.
Their last name is Renier.
Oh, that's right. If you're familiar with the Renier family,
I'm not.
that was to the
Well,
guard
Lord-
of the guard.
Lord Renier.
Does he write that down on the statement that Zinlar is not?
Yeah, Mr. Captain, man, I don't know who that is.
I'm familiar with the Reniers. Lady and Lord Renier have generously donated to the Guard in the past decade.
Well,
Well-
that's nice of them.
Their sons are... That's mostly to keep their sons out of prison, though.
Oh, well, that's not nice of them.
Well, I don't think enough donations are going to keep them out of prison this time, because Grissif is the one who's heading up this entire thing.
Well, good. Then I already know the face. He won't be getting... If we have to lock down the inner city,
He's
me and
pretty
my
ugly.
men will make sure that he doesn't get out of it.
Good.
Now, you said we were more likely to face a physical fight in the outer city. Did you mean anything in particular by that, or just that we would be fighting these deranged individuals?
They have, well, the Reniers have their own personal guard, but they're also working with an elven group, which my compatriot here is a bit more familiar with.
Yeah.
Would you like
What
to
is the
fill
name?
us in?
With this group,
Yes. What are they called? How can we recognize them? Anything that we could use to catch them before they can organize against us would be useful information.
yeah, sure. They typically wear armor that is created of ash. It is dark black armor. They also are typically elves, as far as I
Alright.
remember, unless they decide to branch out.
Is this... So this group, we should be on the lookout for elves and other races, or just elves?
I believe it's only elves.
Alright, that will help narrow down our search. There's not a ton of elves
There's
in
not a lot
Eltrek.
of them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they wear, and the majority of them wear dark black armor that is infused with ash.
Dark black armor.
They use roses as a symbol.
Yeah, their name is the Order of the Rose.
Alright. Are we facing skilled fighters? Are these vagabonds? Do they have any...
They are,
Guild.
yeah,
Do
they are
have,
beyond
Do
skilled
they have
fighters.
magic?
Yes.
All right, so we need to be.
Typically stored within rings, unless I'm making that up. But I
So as a reminder,
Gauntlets,
the
that's the one.
gauntlets channel the magic,
that's what it is.
but
sorry.
they don't. Their gauntlets are their focus, so they can't cast a lot of spells without the gauntlets. But the gauntlets aren't how they cast the magic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we have.
I convey that.
So we have a dangerous force outside of the city, and 2 men potentially. I'm going to be honest with you, Inquisitor. This seems like a clusterfuck.
It is.
You are correct.
That's why we're gonna go fuck them up.
The intention is to try and stop it before it happens, but you guys are the fallback plan. The rest of what's left of the Inquisition is going to be here as well. The Inquisitor Regent will be here within the next hour or so. At this point, we'll be headed into the inner city, like I said, to try and stop this before it happens. However, having you all prepared, keep everybody in, is ideal.
I have a suggestion to think on. And it is it could potentially be a foolish play. But it might save lives. He kind of pulls out a map. If I were to focus the guards around the dock ward, all of them, ignoring the gates. And if this ceremony is in what, 2.5 hours?
Yes.
Something similar. Now, the church has been very careful about enforcing things like their curfew, so the ceremony would have to be over by midnight, by sunset, which does not leave them a large window. But if I were to take the guards from the outer city and launch an attack on one of the gates, it might trigger enough of a panic to force people to abandon the fairgrounds. You said that these bombs would most likely be in large public gathering places.
Yes.
So would getting people in their houses save them?
I'm not gonna lie to you, it didn't in the last town we were in. But, I mean, it saved a few people, but most of those people were able to, magically protect themselves from breathing it in.
Right.
Scattering people could work, but it could also just escalate their timeline. I mean, they're already relatively suspicious. We've been on Grissif's tail for months. He is a pretty cautious man. And I think that an unprompted attack would simply make them move up their timeline. If you have no reason to be attacking the gate, then I feel like you're just going to end up sacrificing guards that could protect the people of the outer city.
All right. We'll take that under advisement. The other reason I was considering taking a gate, perhaps we could do it less obviously, if you understand, is that the head Storza hasn't died since the last one, have they?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Storza hasn't died since the last Inquisitor has he?
No, he's still alive.
All right. We might need to take a gate so that Storza and the rest of the Inquisitors can get into the inner city. He's not exactly
welcome
or subtle.
Well, that's true.
And it seems to me like you are going to need all of the help you can get.
If you can...
We'll try and sneak him in first.
Well, no. What we can do is replace the Holy Guards with your guards. If we take them out with stealth and put your guards into that armor, then it's a non-issue. Nobody knows, nobody's the wiser that it's any. I'm sure that you must have Ganassi, water Ganassi amongst your ranks, earth Ganassi.
This fire Ganassi kind of looks back at you. Yes. Remember,
If we
almost
could-
everyone here is a Ganassi.
Yeah. Well, fire Ganassi aren't as common in Eltret.
True. But they are
Again.
very useful.
I mean, it's a mixed city at this point, but
Yeah.
you know, if we could put water Ganassi, earth Ganassi into the armor, nobody's going to look twice if they play the part right. And then we can let whoever we want in whenever we need to. Or you can stop the gate if you need to.
The captain's kind of just sitting there, stroking his mustache, thinking, would you be able to help us take out a gate's worth of guards?
Yes.
Yeah, she kind of looks back at the group and looks at him and is just like, I think so.
Gibbs just smiles and waves.
Then I suppose we might as well try.
All right.
And he kind of stands up. All right. I need to go prepare my men, give orders. We're going to try to take the we're going to try to take the gate in the castle borough just because I believe it's the farthest from the it's the farthest from the fairgrounds. That should also make it arguably the safest in case any of the smoke does filter out.
Yes.
Now, if they detonate these at the we'll check the gate we're at, but if they detonate these at the gates, this could get very bad very quickly. But I need to go give orders. Sit here, make a plan. The church's guard orientations at the gates are typically set to 4. So four guards. Unlikely they'll have a caster among them with an event this large happening within the inner city. So I'll leave you all to make a plan for how to deal with that while I give orders to my men.
Sure.
You're in charge now. Any objections?
No objections.
All right. I'll see you in a few minutes. And he kind of leaves the room.
See, that's how you get a conversation done with a cool and level head.
No, that's pretty impressive.
I don't think you are all taking this seriously enough, Emmerich says. He slams his hands on the table.
No, it's just your panic isn't going to get the guards any more organized.
You should see how badly organized they were already, so fair. Anyways, it's still good to see you all. I wish the circumstances were better.
Certainly.
They never are very good, are they?
Where's the little dude?
Gwen cries. No.
No,
He-
burst into tears.
He chose to stay in Shenung to help with a froggy friend that we found along the way.
A froggy friend's fiery fight for freedom. Understood.
Yes.
That was solid alliteration, my friend.
Thank you, my dude.
That was pretty epic. I
Use
gotta
dude
say.
here.
All right.
Gwen gets happy.
What about the white-haired guy who didn't talk much and kind of just seemed
If
like
you
a
see him, kill
sandbag?
him.
Kill him?
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
he's an enemy to the state.
If you see him, you kill him. If you kill him,
I'll give you 10 gold.
Okay. When did you guys get back in the city?
Not but a day or two ago.
for less, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't have much room to breathe, really.
I think it was fuck. I think it was before ferret though. It was ferret. Fuck. It was yeah, I think it was
What?
fuck we got here.
All right. All right.
That's an inside one
Mhm.
for
Yeah, if you
For-
didn't get that, it's an inside joke and you're the outside.
Yeah. If you didn't get that, you need to watch more Bit Skirts.
I
and
am
Half
the butt of the joke.
Yeah, you were in that one.
All right. Well, I mean, it's good to see you guys again. I'm really
Yeah.
happy we're not dealing with this alone.
Honestly, it's good to meet you. It's a pleasure, really.
Always happy to make more friends.
Well, what are we do? Are we gonna go to that apothecary lady, get some of those things, then go beat some people up?
Should probably do that.
I mean, so I can go see Sherma. It seems like you
Ooh.
guys have a
Oh,
little
well,
bit
that
of
works.
violence to do. She did give me doses to bring to the guardhouse. I can give them to you. We kind of
Oh
been,
well, yeah. I mean, if we're going right into the violence, I feel like we do need that now. And then
yeah,
if we don't use it, then no harm, no foul.
we've been tweaking and so Squall, that pheromone that you left when we found the canister that Gry gassed me with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've been playing around with that in some of my blood.
Well, that sounds dangerous.
Well,
Sounds fun.
I got infected and I survived, which means I'm immune. So we've been playing with it, and we found
Does that mean you're the
Sherma
last of us?
hang on, there's big words here. I got to use my brain. Sherma synthesized an elixir that you can drink before you get infected.
Synthesized was a much bigger word than elixir.
Yeah, but elixir. How often do you hear someone say the word elixir?
Around here, quite often.
That's true.
Well, not in Duick.
Fair
Anyways,
Yes, I don't know where that is either, but
it's like, well, it was Wester here. We all kind of moved into the city a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago. Lots of
I'm not from
monsters
around
started
these
showing up.
parts.
But yeah, so the people from Duick are in the city. They're, I think, all immune at this point. But I have 10 shots. I can give them to you guys. For-
Well, I think we would only need 3, right?
I
Yeah,
would like one
my-
of those.
Need one.
I believe myself and Gwaine are also immune at this point to,
So
the
then, yeah,
whole-
give them to the immune people, and then we'll be on our way to go do some murdering.
Well, why don't we take an extra 1 or 2 just in case?
Well, so I can go back to Sherman and get more. If I give you all 10, I mean, Storza said
Right.
that you guys weren't alone. Storza contacted me today. I'm assuming after talking to you based on what's been going on.
yes.
So he told me that you're not alone and that there are other Inquisitors in the city. I'm assuming you'd need shots for them.
There are 3 others at least.
So if I give you 10, at least when Storza, and whoever else he's bringing shows up, you can dose them up as well. Because me and Sherma haven't had a chance to see Storza. We passed by the Hollows when we were on our way into the city. So we stopped to drop off some supplies and say thank you for sending you guys to help us before we came here. And I'm assuming that's how he knew to reach out to us now.
Fair enough.
But if there are more coming, you're going to need that. I mean, if worse comes to worse, you could leave some for the guards that are going to be holding the gate. That way, if it does detonate at the gate, the guards can maintain their heads long enough to close it.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about I just give you all 10? And then I'll go find Sherma and we'll start doing what we can to get people dosed up at the gates.
Sounds like a plan.
It is great to see you guys again, though.
Mm-hmm. Good
What-
to see you too.
When this is over, there's a tavern in the Archering Ward called the Fickle Fae. Meet there, have a drink.
Yes. Agreed.
Sounds like a plan.
First round will be on the guards because we're saving their asses, not vice versa.
I'm glad it's the first round, not the rest, 'cause otherwise I would drink you dry.
He kind of stands up and he smiles at you all, and he's had a smile on his face this whole time except when Squall yelled at him. And he kind of walks to the door and he looks back and he goes, "Be safe."
You do the same, Emmerich.
We all know that's not my specialty.
Yeah, but,
It's not ours either.
it doesn't hurt to say it.
Squall, Gwaine, new best friend. Good to see you. The other two, you stay safe as well.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
he heads out the door and leaves you guys to make this plan on how you're going to take down these guards.
What a beautiful man.
Squall, Gwaine, new best friend, the other two.
Yeah, doesn't even remember me.
He hasn't met you.
Yeah, he has. I was at that town.
Ember, you were
No,
not
you
in
were not
Duick.
at Duick.
Wasn't
Duick
that
was
the-
the very first place we went.
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't join us until we came to Eltra after Duick.
I was confusing him with the other guy in that other city that we kept running into. It was another guard.
White man, am I right?
That really tickled Barrett. Oh my god, you really got him with that one.
I'm sorry. There's been. I don't know why that broke. That was funny.
It's even. I don't know if it's funnier or less funny to me knowing that laughing hurts you.
Matt, why would you do this to me?
That's all I was doing
Aw.
yesterday.
Tasha's hideous laughter out here actually dealing damage to Ferret.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alrighty, so you guys are kind of left in this.
Take
You can
for
hear.
due mouth dexterity.
You can hear the captain giving a briefing nearby, but you got kind of muffled through the walls. But you guys are left in this room to come up with a plan on how to take out these guards.
Let's just go kill him.
I say we come up with a plan and we leave.
I say we wing it. Let's get out of here. Let's go kill these
Gibbs.
guys.
Are you able to be invisible again, perchance?
I can. That is
And I
can
something
make an order.
do.
Well,
Okay.
let's wait until we get there to go invisible, Gibbs.
Well,
'cause
yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
not
if you
gonna
do it now.
not
Start now.
immediately. I'm just asking if Gibbs has the magic available to
What
do
are you?
it.
What are you thinking?
Well, I think, the hope is that I can, kind of disarm them with my station. Go up, bark some commands, be a bitch.
Yeah.
And then if we have some people who stealth in, their focus will be on me and like, oh my god, who's this lady think she is kind of
Who's this
vibe.
bitch,
And
right?
then you all should be able to take them out more easily because they won't be looking for trouble.
Okay. So I
Oh.
can turn a solid three of us invisible if we need.
I can also put people to sleep if
But
we're in a jam.
The moment we attack, we're
You'll
visible
be
again.
visible, yes.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that, one attack takes them all out, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, can do.
Yeah.
And like I said,
let's-
that's my preliminary idea. If anybody else has other ideas,
I think
I'm
that's
open to
good.
I
hearing
think if we
out.
have other ideas,
And-
we should make our way over there and talk about them in a bush nearby where they're in line sight and we can make it
think-
They
better.
can hear.
I
Yeah, when
think
we can
that's a good
actually-
idea.
No,
If
no,
we
no.
hack-
Where they can't hear, but we can better assess the situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
makes
can
much-
do it. We can do a scope out and see.
Yeah.
We
what
could do a
all's
bush session.
and if we don't take them all out in one hit, then that should leave them weak enough for Maya to put them to sleep, like you mentioned.
Mhm.
So as you
I
guys,
can try and flirt with them again.
I can also, as I will be gathering their attention, getting in their faces and things like that.
You can try and flirt with them.
I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. Most people find me a bit.
Gwaine is actually like he borderline flinches at the idea of Squall flirting. Because the
Most
last
people
time Squall
did.
flirted,
I think it's
Squall
great. Those
fucked the water ganassi.
guards are already
Fire
submissive.
Ganassi.
Fire ganassi, that's the one. And it's still
Are they
traumatized.
looking submissive and breedable?
The guards are already submissive. They're already submissive to whoever's telling them what to do. So I think it'll be really easy.
Okay,
you to-
well, if me just telling them to do things doesn't work, I'll go. Well, maybe should I come in
Yeah,
with
give him a little
the flirt?
sly grace. Give him
Oh,
a
God.
good rub on their shoulder and say, "Hey, big boy, why don't you drop those weapons?"
So as
Don't
you
say
guys
that.
are having this conversation, you kind of hear the briefing end, and the captain walks back and he goes, "All right, you have me and 8 men. What's the plan?"
Well,
Fuck the
I
g-
hold.
Squall's gonna flirt with the guards to get them to
No.
drop their weapons, and then we're gonna kill them.
Excuse me.
I hold a position of rank amongst the Order of Lost Souls. I think that if I go in ahead, I can draw their attention, bark some orders, you know.
And then
And then-
and then when they're all looking at you, we all charge in and crack some skulls.
Exactly. Just try not to dent up the armor too badly.
We have a caster with mending. We can make it work. There's been a lot of
Great.
stabbings recently. It's been necessary.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does sound
The
fun.
upside
There's been
is
so many stabbings.
I've stabbed people.
the upside is we've been scoping out the church for a couple of weeks now, so we know what gate's gonna be the weakest.
Which one?
One of the guards on the gate in the castle borough right now has a little bit of a gambling problem.
Gawain fucking presses his hands together.
Maybe, mayhaps gambling with emotions also.
I'm sure
Which
he goes
means
through
you're a
lots of
flirt with.
emotions when he's losing all his money. But
So if I go up to him and I go, debt, will he get scared?
Burst into tears right there, fall to the ground.
well, what I mean by has a bit of a gambling problem is may or may not be at his post.
Oh,
Oh, you know, I just thought of something actually. If our attack doesn't work, I do have an ability that I just recently discovered, thanks to Tholena, that if I get all the guards to gather around me, I have the ability to put off a bit of an aura, a frightening one.
of love. Oh,
No.
No, quite the opposite.
well, love can be scary.
I suppose love can be scary. If I suppose we could come up with a word that I could say, and as long as you all aren't looking at me, you won't be affected by the fear.
Well,
That could be a backup.
Don't you get to choose with that aura?
Nope, it's anybody that I can see and can see me.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Within
but if we're
30 feet.
invisible, you can't see us.
Oh, that's true. That's
Ooh,
true.
good.
If you're I don't know how invisibility. I guess. Hold on, let me double
Yeah,
check
because
it.
if you can't see us, we're just
Wait, but
Um,
I can see you
yeah,
when you
in
do
30
that.
feet
Oh.
of.
Is it
Oh
frightening?
no, it's
aura?
just. No, it's Hour of Reaping. It's just that can see me.
oh.
Oh.
That's so much. That's so much scarier of a name.
Yeah. I essentially release my murder aura to scare the shit out of everybody that can see me.
Girl boss aura.
Yeah, girl boss aura. It's not, I don't have to be able to see them. It's just anybody that can see me for one action has to succeed a wisdom saving throw DC 14 or be frightened of me until their next turn. Or the end of my next turn.
Does it work if people are already frightened of you?
Yes.
You know, I'm not I guess if you're already scared, then maybe not?
So what if we all pretend to be really scared of you, and then you do it, and then we stop pretending to be scared of you?
I feel like the
think
key word you're
pretending-
missing there is
Specifics.
pretend.
No, you'd have to actually be afraid of me.
Oh,
How about
Like
we?
so afraid that you wouldn't want to be near me.
Check.
oh, okay.
Okay, I have an idea that could get you close. Could work with
Are we in a
What's her-
bush right now, or are we still in the room?
what's her name's? No, you guys are still in the room.
Oh,
Fuck.
goody.
Could work with Inquisitor Estuary's plan. What if we make it look like it's a prisoner transfer?
What if
Oh,
we
for
went
fuck!
to a
Nobody
bush?
falls for prisoner transfers anymore.
Yeah,
Why-
that is so last year.
Who
What if-
needs to transfer prisoners? They're in
What
a
if
prison.
we went to a bush
No,
nearby
no.
and we assessed our situation?
I mean, what if we make it look like me and the other guards, along with Inquisitor Estuary, are handing the four of you over to the church? That would both get them close and put them right where we need them to be to grab them.
Whatever gets me to stabbing fast enough.
So, do I or do I not need to turn people invisible?
I
And
feel,
you wouldn't need to turn people invisible with that plan.
Yeah.
I feel like if what you guys are walking into is what it sounds like, you should probably keep yourselves as fresh as possible walking into that fight.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm always fresh.
He fresh?
Yeah, you are.
Whoa.
Wow!
Whoa, Gibbs! Whoa, Gibbs!
What?
Damn, time to rock the boat.
Save it for the bush, Gibbs. Gee.
Look, Gibbs just wants a bite of that thigh out of character.
God
Tastes like
damn.
chicken.
All right, I'm out of here. Let's go to the bush.
I just came out. I didn't even think.
It was just such a tone.
Damn.
So as you guys walk out of the room, you see the guards that the captain has chosen to come with you. And these are very clearly not your like run-of-the-mill guards. Like
I
if these
fucking
guys
knew
were
they were-
cops,
Fucking
he grabbed the fucking SWAT team to come help you.
yes, sir.
Whoa.
Like he's clearly taking you seriously. He's taking no chances on this going wrong.
Whoa, were you guys the SWAT team?
What is it? What? Okay.
The captain
Hold on,
just
I got-
looks at Zinlar for a solid like 15 seconds and turns to Squall. I don't have enough time to react to everything he says. Which plan
Yeah.
are we going with?
I think saving Gibbs' spells is probably for the best for the time being. So let's go with the prisoner plan. Can we? Do we just need to put them in unlocked shackles essentially?
That was my plan.
All right.
I can have some of the guards holding their weapons so that they can get them quickly.
Yes. Either one should hold water. As long as we can get their guards down.
Well,
No pun intended.
the goal is to get the guards down. Pun
Yeah,
intended.
we get the guard down so we can get the guards
Downed.
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice little play on
gotta
words
drop
there.
their guards.
Anyways,
Yep.
Squall is
Alright.
suffering.
he walks to one of the guards who's already holding manacles, and he starts walking towards Gwaine and Gibbs first.
What are manacles?
Really thick
Thick ass
handcuffs.
handcuffs. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a specific name for those.
There is.
Interesting.
And he kind of walks.
Are we in the bush?
No, we're not.
I'm
in
gonna
a
lose
bush.
my shit.
We're still in this room?
We're not
Yes.
going to a bush.
Oh my god.
Zinlar has been so
I
focused
just-
on how to
I
tell
just
this
wanna
story.
leave this room.
No, you're out of the room already. You're in a bigger room.
The problem is just bigger, doesn't it?
Why
Zinlar's
can't we be in a bush?
Zinlar is so focused
the
on how
public
he's going to
tree,
tell
man.
this story that he has completely missed the fact that the plan has changed.
Well, I figured we would still go and assess the situation.
Why are we in a no.
I think the general
Okay.
consensus was that you guys don't have time to assess the situation.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Then why are we still in the room?
The captain just
We're
looks at you
doing
as
the
you're
plan
saying all
right
this.
now.
Put on the
Get locked
goddamn
up.
handcuffs.
Maya
Gwen,
already has
Does
them
this
on.
room echo?
Maya already has this on. She
Yeah,
is.
Gibbs, hands
Yeah.
out.
No, Zinlar definitely has them on as well.
All right, let's get walking.
Finally. Oh my goodness. Fresh air, am I right? Are we out of the room yet?
You
That's
know-
what I'm saying? This?
You know what? This isn't gonna work. You, and he points to one of the guards. Go get me a fucking muzzle for the lizard folk.
Do not do that. What is wrong with you?
I feel like that's kind of demoralizing.
Should I
That
put him to
is
sleep?
really messed up,
It-
man.
No.
I thought you were on the
Nice
same
one,
team
Relic.
here.
while this has been happening, Gwen's been conjuring a spider with Find Familiar.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. This guy brings back a muzzle, and he holds it up to Zin. And the captain takes it. He holds it up to Zinlar. He goes, "Look, I
I'm looking.
think you're gonna make a great distraction, but I'd rather it happen after the guards are down. So just put this on. As soon as you open your mouth, it'll fall off. Just use it, I guess, to remind you not to speak until the Inquisitors talk to the guards."
Well, why can't I say things like, "You can't do this to me. I didn't do anything wrong. What's
Because-
going on?"
I'll
here?"
say that. I'll
Because
say
all
that.
of that sounds suspicious as hell.
It
You
was a
can't
bush
do this to
trial.
me.
You have to convince people that that's real.
It was a bush trial.
I convince people all of my stories are real, but whatever.
They are
Just
real.
put it on me, I guess. I don't care. Nobody else gets a muzzle. This is kind of messed up.
Do you want me to wear a muzzle? I'll wear a muzzle.
What is happening?
No, let's just
Guys.
whatever helps you
What
sleep
is
at
You
night.
know what?
Just whatever.
Fuck the
This is
muzzle.
getting
Let's go.
Just put the muzzle on me and let's
He,
go.
he
Jesus
just
Christ.
throws the muzzle away and starts leading, like
is a
gestures with his
disaster.
hand that they're
This is
that they're on the
Here by
move,
the second.
and just starts leading everybody out of the police station. As he leads you all through the Crystal Sword District, through the Archering District, towards the Castle Borough. As you get to the gate, it seems like most of the people seeing these two groups of guards about to talk are more or less clearing the area, because they
Mhm.
don't know how this is gonna go.
Interesting.
And as you walk up to the gate, one of the church guards walks out and holds up a hand. "What's your business?"
My name is Squall Estuary, and I'm handing over some prisoners.
So the guards lead you all right up to these guys. And he kind of looks at you. He goes, "Crimes against the church?"
Inquisition.
All of them.
I'm sorry. Did that one just say that they were all Inquisition? Is he?
No, I just said that I committed all of the crimes.
Ah, understood. Understood.
Yes, they've been working with the Inquisition to try and feed information about the church back to them.
Which is technically, I'm an honorary Inquisition member. So, is there a lawyer around that I can speak to? Because I feel like this is really. I mean, I did.
Silence!
I did do
And
those things.
I backhand him.
Hey, all right, I did do the crimes, but I'm just saying, I'm not 100% Inquisition. You know,
There's no lawyers in crimes against the church, eh?
Only
Seems
heresy.
kind of rigged.
The guard kind of looks at you, and he looks at the guards, and he looks back at you, Squall, and he goes, "What? This lot trying to curry favor so they can get into the inner city?"
Well, just kind of like raises an eyebrow and kind of like gives a nod, like you know.
Well, at least they know their place, and he kind of walks over and he holds out a hand to grab the chain attached to Zinlar's manacles. And as soon as he wraps his
Zinlar's
hand
gonna
around the...
heat metal as soon as he goes to grab it.
Okay, the manacles are also on your wrists. You know that, right?
He's a man.
I'm
He
hold-
can't.
Okay. Then never mind.
Like,
Well, then
he's
Zinlar
grabbing the
knows
chain
they
that is... But to be clear, I might have just not been clear enough. He's grabbing the chain that's, like, in between your wrists.
Yeah.
Well, then yeah, I'm heating metal on the part that's in between my wrists.
Just heat the conductive metal.
Yeah, you know what? That's
Well,
fine.
to be fair, if you heat a specific spot in metal, it doesn't conduct all of the heat throughout the metal.
Point.
Fair.
I've worked with metal before, people. Come on now.
I haven't. I don't even know her.
So, as he lays his hand on these, you heat metal, and the captain of the guard just says, "Now."
Oh shit! All right, cool.
Oh,
Summon
So
my
each of
trident.
you tell me what you are doing.
Yeah, I
This is going to
summoned
be a
my.
very theater of the mind, so tell me what you're doing and which guard you're going after. There are four of them, one of
how many
them.
guards are there?
There
I
are
summon
four of
my
them.
spear to my hand and I throw it to the one who's furthest away. I throw it into the one who's furthest away.
Okay?
Are we taking them out? Is that the
Yes.
thing?
That was the
Okay.
plan. To hit them as
So-
hard as possible.
There's the
And
person
we're-
in front of me. I'm just gonna summon my trident in my hand and then just shove it up like through his jaw.
Fuck yeah. That's fucking metal.
All right.
Which Jeff has worked with before, by the way.
Maya, what are you doing?
So is there a guard right in front of me? And is this just a quick like murder the guards and then keep going, or
Yes.
is this like we're gonna hang out here
Well,
for a bit?
We'll be here for a little bit because we're going to be taking the guards like armor and setting up the city guards to look like the holy guards.
Okay,
Like
'cause I'm-
essentially we're killing the guards that are here and then replacing them so that it looks like nothing is wrong.
Okay, so it's not like a because I was like gonna ask PT if I could be getting ready to set up Lehman's tiny hut. That's what I was trying to think. Kind of
That takes
Wait.
a minute to cast.
yes, but that's not. I don't think we need that in this situation.
No.
So
No, 'cause we're not staying here.
yeah,
either.
we're not staying. Okay. I would like it. So which guard is the closest to me?
One of the three. It doesn't matter.
If there's one closest to me, I'd like to just cast Eldritch Blast in his face, or Burning Hands and put it on his face. Either way, you know.
All right. So as he
Whatever.
says now, Zinlar, are you heating metal and biting this dude? What else are you doing? to
No,
this guy?
so when I heat the metal and he goes to grab it, when he says now, is his neck exposed?
Yes.
So then Zinlar's gonna like vault him over the shoulders, and as he does, he's gonna wrap the chains around his neck and bring him down
That is so fucking
behind
tight.
him.
All right. So Squall, as the captain of the guard says now, and you kind of turn to do your thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see that the rest of the party already has the situation well in hand. You watch as the ethereal trident appears in Gibbs' hand as they drive it upwards straight into this guard's neck, and you watch it punch out the top of the helmet they're wearing. You watch as Maya just grabs this guard by the face and just burning hands brings him to the ground as you watch his face like scorch and his eyes pop. Gwaine, you throw your spear so hard that it hits this guy in the chest and pins him to the wall behind him.
That was the plan.
And you just watch as Zinlar vaults over this last guard, wraps the chain around his neck, and just kind of holds him there as this guard just grabs the chain, like kicking kind of on Zinlar's back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As he's just kicking before he just kind of goes limp.
That's the most metal shit ever. by
Squall
the way.
just turns to the captain with a grin and says, I told you we had it handled.
The captain just looks at you all and goes, I have fucking missed Inquisitors.
Zinlar bites off his ear and goes, "Hell yeah!" and then he spits it out.
Mike Tyson.
So at
Gwaine
almost
summons
as,
the spear back.
yeah,
Sorry.
almost as soon as you have finished taking down these guards, the city guard is on them and stripping them of equipment.
Mhm.
And it seems like they've already selected who they are going to give it to. And the captain of the guard looks at you. He goes, "If you don't have anything else, this is where we part ways."
Oh, let's get going. Thank you for taking our request seriously.
Antidote.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry. Bless you.
That was from the DM out of character.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
We will give them.
Bless you, PT.
Did you actually not hear what I said?
No, I heard exactly what you said.
Okay.
I'm just messing.
Oh my god.
You're just trolling me hard.
I'm just guessing that we would have got it and that we would have done everything. Like,
This is gonna be one of
Okay.
those things where you got to expressly say that you're doing it. That's why I'm reminding you.
well, then we do
Yeah,
it.
the question is how many doses do we leave with them? We need
Something like
3 for you guys.
5.
And technically, I think we need 3 for the other Inquisitors that we know are going to be in there. And that's not even including Storza and whoever he's bringing. So that's the problem.
So give them like
Um,
4. They're on the outer
yeah.
wall. They'll be able to get more if they really need it from the.
Yeah, from
Apothecary.
Sharma. Yeah. So I'll leave them with 4 doses then.
Alrighty. So you hand them the 4 doses, and as he looks at you, Squall, and he goes, "By Philena's grace, make it happen, Inquisitor."
By Tholena's grace, I will.
And the 5 of you head into the inner city. As you,
Wow, that was so cool, everyone.
We supposed to look for that bush now? Is that what we're supposed to be doing?
No, we're not going into a bush. That was good, though.
as you enter the inner city, they disable the water gate for you, so you can all go in.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And
That
as
was
you
more-
Yeah, Gwaine has PTSD from that water gate.
Yeah.
As you enter the inner city, the vibe changes significantly. Whereas outside, you could almost feel the coming battle. Like there was tension in the air as you traveled with the guards, and like the fact that all of the guards in the city had mobilized, people had obviously picked up on that
Mm-hmm.
and were like heading into their homes and kind of staying out of the way. Whereas the inner city seems like they're preparing for a celebration. There's people in the streets, there's banners flying, people are like drinking and like walking the streets with food. The entire inner city seems like a festival is happening for all of them as they build up to this big event.
Before we go in, I turn around and look at everyone to make sure nobody has blood on them. I'm like using control water to like clean people off if there's any splatters, removing it from weapons, all that good stuff, so that we don't look like we've just murdered people.
Yeah, splash some of that water in my mouth. I think I got blood in my teeth.
The only person you really have to clean up is Gibbs, because they had a bunch of blood go over them as they held this trident through this man's neck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But everybody else is more or less clean because they were either hands off or they used magic that would kind of prevent
Yeah, I was
bleeding
gonna say.
inherently.
Yeah.
Maya has
Well,
precipitation.
all right.
Also burned a man's face off.
Yeah, you know,
You know,
sometimes you just gotta burn a face off.
she's been very stressed this whole time, and she just, really needed a stress ball,
It's
and that's,
very cathartic.
yeah,
This migrate.
It's not that those guards necessarily deserved it, but they were in the way.
they were,
Mm-hmm.
and she touches up her new color, so she's continuing to be orange.
I think they deserved it.
Jesus.
They were misguided. It's unfortunate. They're an unfortunate.
They're with
What if they
Thelena
had
now.
like families and stuff?
Othelana.
They're with Thelena now.
Maya grew up on the slums, so
It's true. I mean, if they had free will, then that
Um,
probably wouldn't have happened.
Not the most ideal death for rejoining Thelena. I'll have to deal with that later, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, burned him, not drowned
You
him.
gotta,
I bet.
you gotta
We
feel,
kill him next.
you gotta feel even worse for the guy Gawain pinned to the wall because that spear went through his chest, but that spear also can't kill people.
Yeah, someone else had to finish him off.
Yeah. Gwaine definitely finished him off. Gwaine definitely just fucking just went over and just punched the fuck out.
If you do that, to
Did
someone,
Gwaine
can you
notice
flick
that
them?
it didn't kill him?
No, this guy was in such a state of shock from being impaled that he looked exactly like a corpse.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Should
Like
have taken some of
whether or
the-
not the man is going to die, his heart is still has just a giant hole in it, so he's not
Yeah.
exactly functioning as a normal
Wait.
person should.
PT.
Fair enough.
Can I take the best? Can I animate the dead on one of them, on one the strongest guard?
What? Wait, why?
Yeah, we're trying to be discreet right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
having an undead zombie naked, by the way, zombie
That
guard.
was my second question. That was my Look, I have a nurse hat for them. They're gonna.
Oh, good. So you can hang the nurse hat off his
Second
junk
question,
so it's not
how
visible.
hot
Like,
Is the dead guard?
I said strong.
I mean,
Like,
he's
I-
not rotted yet, so just has a
He's
giant
only-
hole in his chest.
Well, okay, so here are your options for dead bodies that you think could be discreet. Man with hole in neck and head, man whose
Oh.
face has been burned off, man who has had his neck sawed through with a flaming chain, or man with hole in center of chest.
You're gonna just hear Maya go, "Oh yeah! Oh darn it!" As she looks at all the dead corpses and goes, "Never mind."
Sorry, we're too efficient.
Do you see her put away some of the nurse's hat? It's for another time. I will amass my army.
All right, let's go kill some more people now.
That was the most terrifying thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
in my
that was
life.
kind of terrifying.
That was
bro.
ominous as fuck.
I
It
love
was.
that.
This is for another day. Puts away nurse's hat.
Maya wants to have a fleet of nurses at her beck and call because she's a
That's
doctor.
what? A bunch of nurse joys.
Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of dead Nurse Joys,
Yeah,
specifically.
exactly.
Imagine Nurse Joy, but a corpse,
Still
but
hot.
walking around
That
still.
is the
That'd be fun.
makings of a
Hot.
horror movie.
Still hot.
Still,
Still hot.
All right,
I'm
Brock. I'm
concerned
gonna
about
need
you,
you.
Matt.
I'm gonna need you
I'm
to
also
slow
concerned.
down.
I'm also very concerned.
Yeah, Gwaine, played by Matt, played by Brock from the Pokemon animated series.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's cleaned up. You head into the inner city.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna go to where we're meant to meet up with the other Inquisitors.
Yep. So they told you they were gonna meet you in the dock ward, just south of the fairgrounds.
I assume I don't have any more like sending on my ring, right?
No,
we
your
kind
ring
of
has not been refilled.
Never assume anything, Sky.
yeah. Well,
It makes an ass out of you and me.
Just makes an ass out of you.
It's
And
just,
Mir
it's just
wouldn't
an
spell
assume.
us.
That's what I said. I struggle to see how I've been made an ass about this situation.
Nobody's been made an ass by this particular situation. Alright, so you guys head into the city, and after some time of traveling, and it's slow going because these streets are crowded. These
Yeah.
streets are like
Disney World.
like Mardi Gras crowded.
Like Disney World.
Oh, like Mardi Gras, he just said.
I think we need to keep an eye out. Obviously, keep a close eye out to see if we see any of the Order of the Rose people, like skulking around. But more so, I think it would be good to look for heavily guarded areas. That might be areas they're like trying to keep people out.
So there's
of.
more people for us to kill.
I wouldn't even say heavily guarded. I would almost say very
Heavy.
out of the way to get to, like tents that aren't open or buildings that have door closed. This is a big event. People are gonna have their doors open, stuff like that, and shops.
Well,
gonna be
there's still a couple hours until the event. Like we have no idea if all of the stuff has been set up or not.
I,
So I'm
I was
thinking-
just bringing up more ideas that we should look for. not
Yeah.
say what. Yeah.
We just don't know whether the bombs are planted yet or not. So suspicious activity,
There we go. Can I do a perception roll for when we're walking around?
Yeah, you guys can give me perception checks as you walk around and kind of look for things that seem off the baseline.
First dice of the day, baby.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It's gonna be a crit fail.
Probably, knowing me. Yep.
On the upside, everybody, we have about 21 rerolls. So
mine's a 19.
Oh, what are we? Sorry, what are we rolling?
Perception. To try and
Insight. Gibbs, fight me. No, I'm kidding. Perception.
So, Squall, Gibbs, and Zinlar. You notice as you walk through the city that not at every intersection, but probably every third or fourth intersection, there's a newly erected statue. But there's nobody guarding the statues.
Yeah, those are kind of suspicious. I think we should destroy one.
Tear it down.
what are they statues of?
Right.
They are statues of either visages of Tholena or prominent members of the church. Maya, since you spent a lot of time in the fairgrounds, you would also know that there are 4 of these statues in the fairgrounds right now that they were putting together as you arrived.
Okay, I conveyed that to them.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for conveying.
No problem.
I want to go over to one of the statues and kind of like lean against it and like tap the back of my foot to see if I can if it's hollow.
All right. You don't even need to give me a check. So when you lean up against the statue is very solid. The statue itself is obviously stone. But the
Mhm.
base of the statue, as you kick your boot against it, moves slightly.
Got him.
Yeah, so we're destroying these things.
Is there enough room for a spider to get in?
So it shifts, but it's still flush to the ground.
Is there a way for me to shift it and get the spider?
Can I tell what the material is? Like when I when I kick my boot against it? Does it like ring like metal? Does it is it more of a
material
thunk?
girl?
It's more of like these bases that they've erected these statues on are made of wood. So you could
Okay.
probably drill a hole in it for a spider to get in.
Strange question. Can I feel the kind of shape because I have mold earth? Or could I just mold earth a little tunnel for the spider to go in?
You can mold earth a little tunnel for the spider
That's
to go in.
what I'm doing!
Your actions aren't even noticed because everybody's waving their hands around and yelling things anyways.
What are we? Some kind
There's
of
a-
suicide squad?
A commotion. There's a hubbub. Festival's happening.
Alright, so you mold earth, and you kind of drill this little hole for the spider to go in. And I'm assuming you're sending the spider in right after.
That is the plan.
As the spider goes in and you're looking through its eyes, which is a little bit disorienting because you've never looked
'Cause they
through
have, like,
8 eyes
20.
before.
Right.
Yeah.
But on the inside of this, through your 8 eyes, you see kind of a kaleidoscope, but it is very definitely a device that is kind of beeping, and you see a small, almost dial on it clicking back every once in a while.
Can I kind of tell how far the dial has left to go?
It seems like the dial has about half its path left.
Okay, cool. Alright, I convey that to the group, and my question is to Maya, is how long ago did you see these statues being built?
Well,
When we
like, did I see? PT, did you say I saw them being put up when I was?
You
helping
saw them
people?
being put up in the fairgrounds. Would have been about
So-
5 hours ago.
Okay, I was like, is it either gonna be 3 or more? It's about 5 hours when I saw these being constructed.
I turn to Squall and I say, so that gives us a maximum of 5 hours.
well,
That means if they started those, like, devices, like, right then when Maya sold them, and it's halfway through its time, that gives us a maximum of 5 hours left.
yeah,
Pizza-
I think
To notice who was building these statues, could
Probably
I like?
general contractors. Scott Burnham.
The people who were putting up the statues looked like everyday citizens of the city.
Oh, okay.
they've probably come along afterwards and put the devices in.
Could we like bury
nice
this or something, so it doesn't explode? Or I mean,
That's not
I
a
mean,
bad
like,
plan,
That's,
actually.
yeah, that's not.
you
That's a
have
pretty
mold
good
earth,
plan.
right? Crush
Yeah.
it.
Alright,
What-
Just like bury it underground because the
All
gas
right,
won't be able
that-
to get out.
that is, yeah, bet. That's what I do. I start fucking foaming dirt around this device, not crushing it, but I basically just fucking compress the dirt around it.
You're
Suck
basically
it in.
you're
Suck it
basically
into the
like
ground.
you're basically
Yeah.
like pulling these devices down into the ground and then packing the base above it to
Yes,
give it kind
yes.
of a shell.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
what I was
go.
gonna say.
Okay.
And I can use my shape water to like make the dirt like muddy even.
Actually, I think I can just do that with mold earth. I think I can change the texture
Oh,
of the
can you
dirt.
change it to
Yeah.
mud? Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
And I guess
Yeah,
the follow-on question is just to make sure you guys aren't actually moving the statues. You are doing this subtly so that you are packing the
No.
bases without
Right.
Yeah,
making
yeah.
it obvious that you're messing with the statues.
Right.
Yes. Because there's
Okay.
shit tons of people around. I imagine we'd probably be like the group would probably be standing around like looking inconspicuous while
You know what
one
I'm
of
doing?
us is doing magic kind of thing.
I'm going to be doing a performance to distract away from the.
Wait, what?
Actually, all Squall would
Can-
have to do is mean mug everybody around. Nobody would
Yeah,
make eye
please
contact with her.
don't do a performance as a tabaxi.
You're gonna have to do a performance at every single statue if you
Yeah,
do that.
please don't.
I don't have a
That
problem
would
with
draw
that.
more attention.
I was gonna do it away so it wouldn't be looking like on the opposite side, so people would look at me rather than look at you guys. But that's okay. I don't have to.
Well, I think what they're getting at is that it would take too much time to do it individually at each statue.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it would take less time for Gwaine to just use the magic.
Literally, yeah. And
It takes 6 seconds for Gwen
just-
to use the
yeah,
magic.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just have to stand there and look scary.
I would like a performance though at some point.
Can
For
I
sure.
also stand there and
How
look
about-
scary with you, Squall?
Absolutely.
Goodness.
Nothing more intimidating than a what are you, 7 foot? 9 foot?
He's 9 foot.
9 foot.
I keep on forgetting
I don't
Zinlar's
think-
like super
I
tall.
don't think you're
Yeah,
quite
I think
9.
we have just made up how tall Zinlar
I don't
is
think
every single
Zinlar is
time.
quite 9. Let me just look at this.
I think
know...
I'm like 7 foot something.
Every time we talk about Zinlar's height, we're like, we just keep upping it.
Dude,
I don't
it's
know.
like him in real life.
I think he's 7.5 feet, if I remember correctly.
That's what I'll. Yeah, that
Oh.
sounds about right.
I was told 9 when I first met him. That's hilarious.
Exactly, me too.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. He's tall.
He's big.
He's 9 feet in his soul. Okay.
He's
9
got that
frill
aura.
up 9 feet. The frill adds 2 feet.
The
There you
frill is not
go.
maybe to the bottom of his chin.
It just makes him larger in general, because that's what frills are for.
It adds 2 foot of diameter.
Yes. All right. So you guys begin fixing these statues or making them as safe as you can. And you know that you are definitely making a dent. But you can also tell that depending on how much time you have, you're probably not going to be able to get to all these statues.
Yeah.
I think our group would go to ones where we can tell groups of people are gonna be near.
Like there's a lot of people around
Like
them.
near stages, near shops and shopping markets.
Anywhere near the exits too, so people when
Right,
they're running
right.
out, they're not.
That's, yeah, exactly. I think we
so
would
you're
focus
focusing on a lot of the ones around the dock ward itself.
No, we're focusing on ones that would be congested areas.
Yes.
That would be the dock ward because that's where the fair
No.
grounds are.
Congested areas.
Like people that are sick.
I'm
No.
what I'm saying. No, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yes, most of
However
the
you translate
places you are talking about are around the dock ward because
Fair
it's like a football game. Everything's around the stadium.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, so you guys managed to clear what feels like about a 9-block radius going to these statues. Are you even checking to see if they're under every statue, or are you just being safe and doing as many
No,
as you
I'm
can?
checking. I'm checking.
Yeah, I'd just tap each of them with the back of my foot to see if the base moved or not. I'm assuming some of them are decoys because it would be very suspicious to put them under all of them, and
Yes.
I still
So
I don't think they have that many of them.
all of the bases are hollow, but as you're going around for the next about hour-ish, which will leave you guys about a half hour before the thing starts, you only find 6 or 7 bombs.
Technically, wouldn't we be able to just listen for the beeping once we knew what we were listening for from the first one?
I mean, you can. You can roll me
Depends on
perception
how much
checks to listen for the
commotion's
beeping.
going
They're
on.
not loud, and it's very loud around you.
Right.
But yeah, you managed to cover up 6 or 7 bombs and clear what's about a 9-block radius around this event center,
Mhm.
which will at least give people a chance to run away.
Yeah.
But as you approach this event center, you see that people are here en masse. There are thousands of people packed into this square right now. And you
I
can
take the antidote immediately. She just the whatever beforehand. I'd like to take it as soon as possible. Right?
Oh?
Because doesn't it doesn't do it beforehand? Doesn't it
Yeah.
work beforehand?
Yeah, are there antidotes? Are the stuff we got like take it once we're infected, or
Yeah, I
take
thought it was once we
before?
were affected.
No.
I thought it
So
was-
remember that Emmerich said that they designed a new one that you could drink before you got infected that
Yeah.
would prevent infection.
Is that
Oh.
the one we got though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he gave them to you with the preface that they made a new one.
Oh, cool. Well
Does
then,
it? Do we know if it runs out? Does it work permanently or only?
How many boosters do I have to get? Is it 1-shot, 2-shot kind of
Is
thing?
it just 6-hour time limit?
You don't know.
what
you
is the
just said take them
scientific
before you
makeup
get
of
infected.
these?
Okay. then
Moderna or Johnson Johnson?
They're actually Pepperidge Farms.
Goodness.
she's not taking it if I don't know the exact time it lasts.
Oh, well, I would suggest the other two take them.
Well,
Like,
Zinlar's
not gonna. Sindler's gonna hold his action, and as soon as he sees like smoke rise from any of these statues, then he's gonna take it.
Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mhm.
You can only. So, like, you're just gonna keep it on hand, not
Yeah.
actually hold. I was like, you can only hold an action for
I
one
was
round,
being-
so like.
Oh my goodness,
He's,
Sky.
yes, Zinlar is just holding it
Sorry.
ready to go in his hand.
My brain was just like, what?
That's not how that works.
Yep.
All right. So as you all approach from the south, I'm just gonna move you all to where you belong. Thank you, Gibbs, for moving yourself.
Yep.
And I'm also gonna change this to our combat map. Whole stream went black for a second.
Yeah, it's kind of black right now.
Whole stream went black. I fixed it. Don't worry.
I can't see.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Magical darkness.
We all die.
Fade to black scene change. Anyways.
Subtle transition.
This is the combat map.
Actually, I can see
Fade
through
in,
magical darkness.
external day. A young
Oh, do you have
Whoa,
do you have
whoa.
Devil Sight?
Yeah.
We've been here before.
I should have planned accordingly for that. Anyways.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't have to because the bad guys do not know who you are.
That is true.
Yeah.
Remember, you can't metagame as the DM either.
Remember, Fishman
Um,
has devil sight.
Is Gry supposed to be on the map twice?
That is not Gry twice.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So up on the stage, you see the oh god, what was his stupid fucking name?
Gwen.
You see Archbishop Bruel.
Got him.
You see Archbishop Bruel kind of like standing up on the stage with Pastor Estuary behind them. And behind them, you can see Grissif kind of just sitting in a chair looking bored.
Bitch on the stage?
I was never been to a high school graduation. All the administrators are bored as fuck.
True.
All right, who we killing?
No one
Oh, I've
yet.
never seen this guy before.
Keep holding your action that you can only hold for one round.
But remember,
Yeah, I'll
I
keep
would-
doing that every round until.
but remember, there are throngs of people. So until the throngs of people clear, it will count as difficult terrain to try to move through this crowd.
Sinlar looks like a druggie right now. Just has the thing
Just
in his
got the
hand.
needle like ready
Yeah.
to go.
It's like endlessly slapping his arm.
Any minute
I'm ready.
now.
I'm ready.
Dude, fucking hell.
Okay,
We've
I'll
turned
be-
a beloved character into a junkie. Oh
I'll
no!
be right back. You guys, I'll be able to listen. You guys talk
What?
about a plan.
He's gonna go do addict shit.
Yep. He's got to go get the real stuff so that he can really make the experience realistic.
Oh my god.
Oh my
So you
God.
guys do have a chance to talk about a plan right now.
Okay.
I would like to murder that man.
I am right there with you.
Yeah, I
The one
choose
that
to
looks like a smug asshole sitting in a chair.
Oh.
But also the one
Oh.
impersonating my dad. That'd
you
be good
kind of
too.
want to kill both of them. So
Yeah, well, you know, one of them's already kind of dead.
yeah.
Nobody has any like things for undead specifically, do they?
I'm looking now, and I really don't, because my deck,
No.
my fucking spell save is so shit that there's no point.
Oh,
in
it's
me
just
getting
animate
it
dead
right
for me. But I do want to cast Liam's tiny hut. I think it's time to make a hut at some point.
We're just gonna form a
Dude.
hut in this crowd of people.
now.
Yeah.
What?
I said at some point.
I mean,
Mm.
also once you do that, you can't do anything else.
Oh, I thought I can only do that.
You
read
have
this
to
out.
you have to stay inside the hut to maintain it.
Yeah, but I'm a bard, so I don't need to smack anybody. I could just be like, do my bard crap.
I think you have to step outside the hut to cast spells.
Yeah, you can't cast spells through the hut.
Okay, well, you guys come get me if you need something.
What?
I'd rather have you in the fight actively.
Me watching
Yeah.
this encounter become less and less balanced by the second.
Yeah. We've got one person that's just like, I'm gonna sit this one out. Okay, bye guys.
I mean,
If I would have
he-
known you were gonna hang out in a hut, we could have done this weeks ago. I'm kidding. Anyways, what are you guys doing? What's the play?
Great question, PT.
Well, there's gotta be a detonator, right?
I guess.
Oh
so?
no, I guess
Or
they
is it
all
on
have
timer?
timers.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
on timers.
They're all on time.
Did we get
I
the
should've
ones?
stopped the timers.
No, you
Well,
have to be clear. You haven't been able to get to the ones in this area yet because there are just too many people around them.
Interesting.
Well,
What if
I
we
think
flip a
our I think our best bet would be to try and get to the ones in this area.
Yeah, I
If they don't go off and cause chaos like they expect, then it might cause them to, reveal their hand.
Yeah.
True.
Are there can I do a perception check to perceive if there's any orders of the rows or if there's any of the guards who we're friends with? I don't think there are guards who we're friends with in here. 'Cause I think they're all at the gates.
So
right?
because we kind of
Well-
skipped over it and I forgot about it entirely. Sorry, y'all.
No, you're
The Inquisitors that you guys met up
Yeah.
with are on the other side, kind of flanking from the north.
okay. Cool.
So they could
Can we have like a
conceivably
representation?
Yeah,
them on
I
the
can just
map?
drop 3 people onto the map
Okay.
for you.
You could just put like X's on, just so that we know like vaguely where they are.
I'm just gonna.
I knew that guy wasn't supposed to be
I didn't
there.
even realize that guy was there.
See, I was right. There were 2 guys on the field.
I'm just gonna.
Okay, that works.
When Sky has a better perception than the DM.
Yep,
Guy saw more of the map than me.
I do be perceptifying. Well, it was
She has a
specifically-
sky view.
Oh my gosh, did you hear this?
Guys,
That's
That's
slapping my
definitely-
game.
it's twitch.tv/mattlore. No. It's mattlore0010.
Anyways, that's his outro. Bye, Gwen.
Bye. Lightning. Okay, so can I do a perception roll to see if there's any Knights of the...
No.
Yeah, so roll me
Okay.
that perception roll.
Thanks for it, you piece of shit, Bigot.
Reroll.
Rerolling, yeah.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
he doesn't need it. Second one was a nat 20.
No, that was because I helped.
Oh, that was got it. It's just you yelling.
It
I
was
help.
Farron's inspiration.
Okay. So what you notice, Gwen, is that there are a lot of soldiers of the Order of Lost Souls around, but most of them seem to be like focused on the stage. Like they're not really watching. They're watching the crowd, and they're like acting like peace officers essentially. You
Okay.
don't see any members of the Order of the Rose and Thorn.
Okay, that's good. I don't need to hide my ears under the hat. Okay, cool. Sick.
Yep. You don't see, but as you're kind of looking around, you do see a figure kind of standing under a tree off to the west. Dungeon Doggo.
I see a dungeon doggo.
No, she punched me in the
I
throat.
immediately seduce it using animal handling. I want
You
a buddy.
seduce it?
You want to
Oh,
seduce it?
Wow.
Seduce it was the wrong word. I just had a Gibbs moment. I just had a Gibbs moment.
Anytime you accidentally seduce something, it's a Gibbs
It's a
moment.
Gibbs.
All right, Dungeon Doggo, get down. Get
He
down.
says, no.
Why did I end up on my knees when he said that? What the fuck? Anyway,
Good boy.
sorry. We can keep.
I'm leaving this call and I'm never coming back.
I'm speechless. Okay, so there's a guy under the tree.
Yep. You see a guy under the tree with a small figure next to him, both in cloaks, and you can see faint wisps of smoke coming after the cloak of coming out from under the cloak of the larger figure.
How far away?
I am about to put them on the map. I'm about to find something and put it on the map for you.
That's pretty sick, dude.
I love map things.
I love when you map it out for me. I'm such a little stupid. sorry, I'm really tired.
It's
This
so
is-
quirky the way you lay things out for me, dude.
What's going on?
I'm so
I
tired.
don't know.
You ferret issues.
Mm.
Stop it!
Oh, stop it.
Sorry, I can't do this. Can't.
Matt, don't you just love looking at the...
Dude, the longitude latitude sets me off.
Oh my
Oh, over
god.
there?
What the?
Is that just one large guy?
Oh my god, okay.
One
We didn't notice him
huge man.
sooner. How do we not
Never
notice him
eat doggy
sooner?
That is not west.
No, it's
That
not
is-
west.
that
I
is-
meant east.
that is
Directions
east.
are hard.
This
Also,
west
he
if-
shouldn't be that big.
That's not the waffles part of never
Okay.
eat soggy
He's a
waffles.
large man.
You do never eat soggy waffles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or never-
Wow.
What do you say?
I mean, I've heard never eat sour watermelon. If you use
What?
anything other than those,
What
I-
do you say,
I
Matt?
also
weird.
use never eat soggy waffles.
In England, we were taught never eat shredded wheat because it rhymes.
I actually like that.
I like
the
that
writing.
that one rhymes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
soggy waffles.
Yeah, but like that's too close to blue waffle, and that shit.
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
We're done. Moving on.
okay.
By
okay.
that logic, any waffle is close to that.
Yeah, that's why I stopped eating waffles.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
let's kill some shit.
Alright, so yeah, you notice them off to the east side.
Nice.
You have some pretty good eyes.
Nat 20. Man became aware of the existence of God.
I'm like PT.
Yeah, who's this guy in the chair? Wade just has a mental breakdown in front of the entire party.
Guys, should we
Realizes he's
Go-
being played
go
by a
stab
Victorian
them.
lesbian.
Yeah, I don't think we should go stab them. Let's just go kidnap them.
Not gonna
Can
lie, all I want to do is go stand up on that stage with them.
You should. Oh my goodness. Yeah, hold
Because
on.
if they stab you, then they'll know the jig is up.
Yeah,
Yes!
they can't say
They
no
can't do
because it's
anything
my
to you.
father.
There's nothing they can.
Right.
There's
I
nothing they can
love
they
that.
do to you.
Okay.
So
You should
why don't?
do it.
All right. So we're
Well,
gonna go.
I'm just going to
while you
meander
do
like
that,
over
Me
here.
and the rest of the crew here, we can go kicking a bunch of boxes and see if we can find any smoke things.
No.
I think you all should fill Storza and Matchstick in.
Oh,
If you
that
can.
that's
Who
too, I
they
guess.
were. I was gonna go kill them.
No, don't kill.
No, I didn't know who they were. That's my bad. You can keep going.
The cloak is smoking. How many people do you know that smoke?
the statues.
Well, no, those haven't smoked yet.
Yeah, bro, I'm on edge.
All right,
Fair
let's go.
All right,
you
I'm
go.
going
You
to-
go
I'm gonna
mess
go-
with their heads.
Yeah, cause problems on purpose.
Yes.
I
yeah.
cannot wait for this. I walk over to Storza, and
So you guys are like jumping the wall and
Oh, no,
navigating
something
through
in the
this.
way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, we have to go around the wall.
No,
but,
it's a
like,
little.
we're
It's like a half wall. It's like 3 feet tall. You can
Well,
just
I
step
meant
over
like
it.
on
No,
the
in
map. Like
D&D
we
Beyond,
have,
we have to
yeah.
go around.
Oh, it won't let you go through it. Okay,
No.
good to know. if
So-
you guys want to go over it at any point during the fight, let me know, and I'll just move you to the other side.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm actually
Yeah,
just gonna
I
meander,
just
like,
fill Storza in, and I
wander
also
over here.
tell him about the fact that Squall's about to purposely go cause issues, and I think. He's gonna
So
I'm just gonna use the flying boots to go over the crowd.
Dude, that's the sick. That's the Metro Man entrance.
Yeah.
So, Squall, you kind of lift off as you see the rest of your party making their way through the crowd. And you fly over and you just kind of land next to your father. And you see both Grissif and Gry look at you as you land. And Grissif just has a look like Gry maintains that look of like a stoic pastor on stage. Grissif, on the other hand, has a look of just sheer annoyance on his face.
Father, Archbishop.
Oh, daughter, it's so good to have you here. Please, take a seat next to Lord Renier, and the speeches should begin shortly.
Oh, lovely. It sounds wonderful. Tholena's blessings with you, by the way.
with you as well, Gwaine. Stay down by Storza for a minute for me.
Darn! Yeah, go ahead and move me.
All right. So as Squall sits down,
Oh, she like sits down, like crosses her legs, like it. This is there is a she has an
what were
air
you
of.
doing? Did I move you on accident, Gibbs?
Gibbs was purposely just kind of staying like in
Near
the
the
middle of
corner.
both groups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Gibbs
Okay.
purposely.
Moving you two back. All right. So as Squall ends up on the stage, Gwaine and Zinlar, you arrive at Storza and Matchsticks. Storza kind of looks at you and he goes, "Gwaine."
Storza.
Zinlar.
Matchstick.
Yep.
No, Matchstick just kind of looks around in a panic and then just repeats in Zinlar's voice, "Zinlar."
Oh.
Hey,
Adorable.
that's me.
It's good to see that you're still alive. What's happening? What's going on? What have we
Squall's
learned?
going up. I convey everything that with the plan, and then also let him know the Squall's about to cause issues on purpose.
All right, so it's in
Do
the
you have popcorn? This is gonna be good.
This is gonna be good.
it's in the statues.
Yeah.
All right. He kind of looks at Matchstick. He goes, "Matchstick, north statue." Matchstick just Matchstick takes 2 steps and just seems to disappear into this crowd.
Love it.
And he looks at
yeah.
you. He looks at you. He goes, "How have you been dealing with them so far?" You said Mold Earth.
Yeah, currently mold earth underneath them. I've just been compressing the earth really heavily underneath them so that if any smoke does come up, there's a low chance that it gets through the earth.
All right. I can't Mold Earth to help you, and I think that based on the timetable you've given me, you're only going to have time to get to one of the other statues. Do you think
Well-
this shit's flammable?
Because
I can burn it.
My suggestion would be wait to do that. You know what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you keep an eye on the stage, and I want you to be the first person that if shit hits the fan, I want you to usher people out of here with the guards. I want you to be on crowd protection.
So we're leaving 2 of the statues uncovered?
No, you're gonna stay by the statue, but if shit hits the fan, you're in charge of crowd protection, and I'll cover the other statue. Wait, hold on? Give me a second to figure out how to do this.
He's
Statues are
looking at you with a mixture of like, okay, I understand what you're trying to do, and why the fuck are you giving me orders?
I don't know, bro. I know.
No,
what's
like
going
he
on.
looks
You
like
know.
he's going to listen. Like he's
I know.
obviously going to listen to you, but
Yeah, I
he's
know.
like, this is the only time this will ever happen.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. I am going to go and watch the northwest statue because I think that the 2 most important statues to watch are the ones that are in front of the stage, because that's where people are gonna be. I am going to send 2 people to the behind the stage, and then if something happens with the statue, they can go over to it. But I'm gonna disable the northwest one.
I'll get the southwest.
Okay.
By the way, we can disable them by banging on them profusely, right?
I'm saying no.
I'll
Like,
handle
don't
the,
just
I'll
destroy
handle
this
the
to me.
southwest statue, so at least I can push people away from it. It's probably
Yeah,
also better that I don't go where the guards would see me because of any kind of gestures to the fact that, like, underneath this, he's very clearly burning.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Storza. Yeah.
All
Does he
right.
need the antidote?
No,
No,
he's a
that's
fire. Well,
I
he
guess,
might
we'll
actually.
find out.
No, we give him one. We have an extra, right?
So you guys
We have 6.
Yeah.
So,
So I want to give him.
There's still 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I wanna
still
give
3.
Do you want
So
match two?
I give him one. I tell him what it is, and I tell him that we don't know much information on it.
all
But
right.
what about matchstick? Do you want to give one for matchstick?
Yeah, magic should be fine. I say that now. PT's gonna make matchstick.
No,
boss.
Matchstick is actually fine because remember what you gave Matchstick before you left? Gry's
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
I also gave him all of Gry's notes, so
yeah. Well, then, do you want me to get the southeast one? I
Um,
guess.
I actually want you, Zinlar, to. I want you to stick in the main courtyard behind the stage, and I want you, if you see anyone doing anything bad, like genuinely, like not Zinlar bad, I'm talking genuinely bad,
Yeah.
your goal is to immobilize them.
Gotcha. I like that job.
And you can bring Gibbs with you. I'm probably gonna bring Maya with me to the front of the stage area.
So then, who's getting the southeast one?
I still don't know. Unfortunately, I think that's one that we're just gonna have to let be.
Seems like
I mean, I could
seems
go
like
take it out right now.
Gibbs is smart enough to manage it. I'll let Gibbs manage that one. And yeah, I would like Maya with me because I know the issue that she's having with her father. And I don't want that to be exploited, but I also know that she can be helpful in crowds because of her magic.
all right.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll head to the southwest statue. You reconvene with your friends and figure out what you're going to do.
Yep. So Zinlar, you're going to the courtyard in the back. Gibbs, you're going south.
So which is the back? Is south the back of the stage?
So
South
the
is
giant-
the back of the stage.
Yeah, the
big
giant
awning
bridge
is the front.
stage. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like a canopy. In the
No,
back
that's
or
a
something.
that's a
Okay.
stage. So
Gotcha.
I'm going up to this statue with Maya. Gibbs is gonna take the southwest. Thank you, Gibbs.
Okay.
Yeah, there you are. I was like, I have lost Gwen
I-
on this map.
I explained to Maya that basically, like, if something happens with like any of the crowd members or anything, you heal him, you take care of him. And can I destroy this or not destroy, but
Yeah, as you're
know what?
standing there, you can pack that one full of dirt.
that's the plan. Yeah. While Maya's looking out for me.
Zinlar, where are you going? You're just hanging out right there?
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the back of the stage.
Okay.
While at the same time trying not to burn everything down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you sit down, as they're kind of getting into position, Griffith just turns and just kind of leans his head over, like not looking at you per se, like still staring out over the crowd, and goes, "Glad you made it, Inquisitor."
Oh no, you're mistaken. I'm not with the Inquisition anymore. My loyalty is to Tholena. As I assume yours is, for you to have such a prestigious place of honor at this event.
Well, you know, even the church requires financial backing from time to time, and when your father came to me, I couldn't help but supply what they needed.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he came with a lovely tale of need, for sure.
Oh, of course. And you know, statues don't pay for themselves.
Oh, certainly not. They are quite lovely statues, you know? I mean, I don't know if it's Tholena's exact likeness. Wouldn't have been exactly how I depicted her. But, you know, not bad.
Well, I wasn't the designer, I simply financed the venture.
Hmm. More of a hands-off beneficiary.
Yes.
How were your travels, by the way?
Oh, horrid. I fell in with just the worst group.
Hmm. I'm sorry to hear that, you know. Sea travel can be so rough. That's why we keep Tholena with us, after all.
Yes.
Wouldn't want to be a soul lost at sea.
No, but I was pleasantly surprised when your friend showed up.
Which one? I have so many.
Oh, white hair, the ASMR.
Oh, yes. Him. Yes. He did go his own separate way.
Yes, well, my surprise when he didn't kill me immediately.
You know, I've stopped being surprised at people I encounter's behavior at this point.
Well, you know, expecting the unexpected is a skill that we all require. As this kind of conversation finishes, Bruel stands up and he walks out and he starts to talk, and his voice is obviously being amplified by magic.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers and sisters in Thelena's grace, as we know, our city has fallen to sin, and you kind of hear the people in the crowd start booing. And he goes, those outside these walls that we have pacified for ourselves bring horrors upon us with their heresy. They have forgotten all that Thelena stands for. But we, the chosen, have remembered, and people kind of start to cheer. As he's saying this, what is everybody's kind of reactions to the words he's saying?
But they're not
I was
his.
really paying attention.
Gwen is still kind of laughing because Squall didn't notice that there was a spider on her boot. Gwen's just been listening to Squall basically fucking mess with Grizzip the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen just thinks it's very funny.
Sinlar's just waiting to stab someone. Sinlar's just looking around.
And then I started stabbing.
Alright. So he continues. Those outside these walls have fallen from grace, and they are bringing tragedy upon us. But soon, we will be protected. Soon, the prophecies will come true. The dragon turtle will return, and we will all be ushered into a new, better world. And he kind of looks around, he goes, to tell us more about this, the one who found the Sage Stones themselves, everybody welcome Pastor Estuary to the stage. And the crowd goes wild as your father steps forward and kind of raises his hands to hush the crowd. Next to you, Squall, you see Grissif kind of smirk. Some speeches these are, aren't they?
They're certainly words. Not certain where they're coming from.
This is the most speech.
I assure you the Archbishop's words are all his own. However much of a misguided fool he may be.
Bold words from someone who's paying the bills for these things.
Get him!
Well, somebody has to support the chosen. I guess we'll see what they're chosen for soon enough.
Am I familiar with the Sage Stones? Does that mean anything to me?
It means a lot to you because it's where you talk to Thelena.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. Nope, they very clearly took that information and used it.
I don't think I said anything about that.
You did, because you asked him if he had studied them because he was from there when you were trying to find holes in his story.
Mm.
You didn't tell him what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't tell him that.
But you told him that there were ruins there. So it's clear that they've somewhat incorporated it to try and make their lie more believable.
Story more believable.
Exactly. Pastor Estuary kind of holds out his hands and the crowd goes silent and he goes, soon, my friends, we will all be back in Thelena's embrace. As we go through the coming days that I'm sure will be difficult, but not impossible to handle, we must keep our faith. And we must remember that it is those who those in the Inquisition, and you hear booing from the crowd, and those from among the rabble who seek to bring down Thelena's church and the order itself. We must remember who our enemies are. And as he says this, Gwaine, Maya, and Gibbs from deep in the Gibbs, how did you handle your statue, actually?
Gibbs hasn't handled it yet.
Okay.
Gibbs has a plan for if gas starts to emerge.
Okay, so Gibbs, so Maya and Gwaine, you hear a pop from deep below the ground behind you.
Yup.
And Gibbs, you also hear a pop, but your pop is followed by like a rapid release of air.
Can I see it being like?
Yeah, so
Like,
you watch
exiting?
this red fog begin billowing out of from under the base of the statue and also billowing out of the statue's eyes and mouth.
Okay. Gibbs, after seeing that, would like to hold their breath, right next to the statue, and cast gust of wind up into the sky
Genius.
to disperse the gas away from the crowd
Genius.
and keep it in that line up in the sky.
Okay, so Zinlar, you see from the southeast statue as you move forward, or the southwest statue, as you move forward, Gibbs, and you cast Gust of Wind, as this pillar of red smoke begins towering into the sky.
Zinlar pops his meds.
Pop those meds.
As you stick the needle, how are you like sticking it into your thigh?
Yeah, just yeah.
So as you jab it into your thigh, you feel this brief feeling of just intense rage, and then it fades rapidly.
Is there anybody around me to stab that's doing bad things while I'm raged for a second?
No.
That's amazing.
No. And so Gwaine and Maya, you also see this cloud of smoke drifting, like being funneled up into the sky.
Yeah.
I need to roll one. Gibbs, roll me a percentile. Roll me a D8.
A D8.
Yep, it's gonna determine what direction the smoke goes when it hits the wind stream in the sky.
There's 8 directions: north, northeast, east.
D8.
south.
5. And it is it says the
Go
gust
south.
disperses gas.
Oh, you got
and
lucky.
Vapor. Also,
It
a
disperses.
60-foot line.
Never
shit.
ever eat such stuff.
Never ever eat.
Okay. So it is currently dispersing the gases, and will until it is dropped for something else.
Yeah. So hopefully the gas runs out before a minute.
Yeah, but you all see this smoke, and then from behind you, Zinlar, you feel like kind of a burst of heat
Oh. This could be bad.
as
I'll just do that.
Oh no, wait, he took the thing. He took the medicine.
Yeah, we gave it to him.
I thought
as
that he was
Now
Crazy.
Zinlar's chilling.
and if you look back in Gibbs, you can see this from across where you are. Storza has this thing, and it has this entire statue. Like, people are backing away and beginning to scream, but Storza has his hands held, and he is holding what is essentially a bubble of flame around this statue.
Whoa.
Grissif looks up at you, Squall, with kind of a frown on his face, and he says, "So it's going to be like that then."
It's a lame line.
As he said that, the spider climbs in his mouth.
What? That's going to
So it's going to
Do you want that to happen?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, as it crawls into his mouth, he just crunches his teeth down on it and grinds it.
Just so
And you feel your familiar just die.
That's so funny. Gwen laughs.
God.
And as he looks at you, Squall, he reaches a hand down into a pouch, into like a bag sitting next to him, and begins pulling out the plague doctor mask. And
Can I
when we
stop
get
him?
when we
Was
get
the
back
spider pregnant?
when we get back next week, the very first thing we'll do is roll initiative.
Was the
Okay.
spider
Oh.
pregnant?
No, the
What?
spider is not
What?
pregnant.
Did the spider have little
Oh my
baby
God.
spiders?
Dude, that would have been so gross. That would have been so gross.
Oh.
If I had just exploded into a net of
Yeah, into like a bunch of little baby spiders in his mouth.
here out there.
It
Let's go
seem-
full
Gwen,
hereditary.
it seems like you have made all of chat uncomfortable by doing
Yeah.
that.
Imagine
that was-
drowning from spiders.
That was my goal, dude. I wanted to make everyone.
Oh,
Alrighty.
why?
All right, so we're wrapping up. Thank you everybody for joining us. Since this was kind of a short session, we're gonna do what your favorite thing was about this session as we do our outros, just like we've been doing. But also, you're gonna tell me what would happen if your D&D character met you in real life. So,
Okay.
thank you to our players. We have Zinlar, the Teller of Tales, played by.
Oh, I'm first?
Yeah, because you're on the bottom.
Oh,
of the
gotcha.
screen.
It's me, Gentleman Ferret. I stream on Twitch. I'm currently trying to 100% every Lego game. And it's going pretty well, I must say.
What was
So
your
if you're
favorite part of the session?
And what was my favorite part of the session? I don't know. I guess choking the guy. That was pretty cool.
And then what would happen if Zinlar met Ferret in real life?
I think we'd have a good time. I think we'd chill.
Ferret would farm Zinlar for podcast content.
Well,
That
I don't know
would
if I
be
would farm it. I think-
such a good podcast. It's
think-
just like
I think me and Zinlar would have one good conversation, and then we would say, "Hey, we should start a podcast," and then we would start a podcast called "What's So Funny" too, and it would be great.
Thank you to Gawain, played by.
Hi, I'm Matt. I've apparently been cancelled by Chad, but that doesn't mean you can't go follow my Twitch channel. I'm currently working on trying to outdo my last stream, which was the Taskmaster stream that went really well.
Everybody should go watch that VOD.
Yeah, the VOD is up. It's also going to be on YouTube, so if you happen to be able to find... I'll post it in PT's Discord. I'll post the link to the VOD if that's cool with PT.
Perfectly fine.
Yep, but please go check it out. It was so much fun, and then hopefully within the next week or so, I'm going to edit that down to a proper video.
Drop it in media announcements. If you can't
Yep, will
post
do.
there, just shoot me the link and I'll do it.
You got it.
What was your favorite part of the session?
Ooh, what was my favorite part of this session? I feel like it was something that happened earlier on, but I can't think of what.
Was it Emmerich coming back?
It might have been Eric coming back, or it might have just been finally fucking skewering that guy against the wall and just being like, "Yep, fuck you."
And what would happen if Gawain met Matt?
If Gawain met Matt, let's think. Gawain is a very boastful guy. Me and Gawain would definitely just make endless stupid jokes at each other. Obviously. But I think we would probably end up being extremely competitive towards each other. We would try and see who could drink the most, arm wrestle, that kind of shit. We get into a sword fight, and probably bro out and play some Minecraft.
Hell yeah, Gawain would be on my side in Twitch Brawl 2023.
Yes, he would.
We have Gibbs, played by.
Hi, I'm Panda. Panda's POV on Twitch and other stuff. Yeah.
What was your
My
favorite,
favorite
part?
part of the session? Probably going with where everyone else is, attacking the guards, summoning my trident and sticking it through his throat. I think that was pretty fun.
And what would happen if Gibbs met Panda in real life?
Well, I feel like at first it would be pretty awkward. Gibbs Gibbs would be trying to make friends with me, and then eventually it would be like, yo. I don't know. That's how it would be. That's the conversation.
Two socially awkward people meet and try to be friends.
I'd be like, wow, you're like a fish person.
Welcome to the
Whoa,
Discord.
you're a
Yeah.
fish.
We have Squall Estuary played by.
It's me, the Sky Tea. My favorite part of the session was Zinlar telling me to flirt with the guards. And me being like, how do I do that? And Gwen being traumatized.
I'm still recovering.
Sad he didn't.
Oh my god.
This is probably one of the ones I'm most excited for. What would happen if Squall met Sky in real life?
Oh, we would not be friends. That is. Squall is a religious zealot bitch. I am like we would be polar opposites. Like, I'd probably think that she looked cool, like, when I met her, and then I'd be like, oh god, you're a horrible person and I hate you.
Damn.
And last but not least, we have Mayada Diomelia played by.
It is me, Ellie Echoes, a mod.
What was your favorite part of the session, Ellie?
I'm sorry, but what overshadowed what just happened? I'm gonna say my least favorite part is what Gwaine described and had his familiar be crushed. That's like in my memory forever, and I just can't think about anything else. So I'm
It was
sorry.
funny.
Imagine the crunching,
Oh,
squishing.
It would be like juicy.
It would be like.
Oh,
It's
Sorry.
like the gusher from hell.
Yeah.
no.
And especially if it had other spiders inside of it.
Yeah.
Maya,
Be
what
like
would happen
extra
if
mini
Ellie? What would
spiders.
happen if Maya met Ellie in real life?
Think we'd have much to talk about. Because I personally do not care about people medicine, human medicine, or creature medicine at all. And she hates the ocean, and she's kind of needy. So I'd be kind of like, girl, you got some problems. And she'd be like, you like the ocean, and you're weird. I don't know if we'd get along very well. We'd have very short conversations before she just ditched me to go find something else more interesting, I think.
Maya and Squall and Sky and Ellie are the two separate friend groups in the high school cliques that hate each other but are both popular.
So true.
All right, everyone. As always, I am your disaster tour guide, Perfectly Techno, and my favorite part of the session was all of you guys going beast mode. Guys, gals, and pals of the jury going beast mode on the guards. It was phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
And I had a great time. I thought this was a really good session. I'm very excited to see how things go next week.
Yeah.
Until
I had to write down my line that I was gonna drop on Grisaf so that I can remember it to start next session.
Let's go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I'm going to send you all over to Flamtastic, who's playing some Minecraft.
Yo, Flam.
Yo.
Yo.
Until next time, everybody. We should be live later this week. There are no more Tuesday games, but I should be live again on Wednesday
Flam's
morning.
rating someone.
Oh, okay.
F.
Cancel. I'm going to send everyone over to Cat then. I'm gonna send everybody over to Meowsition. Say hi. Drop a bunch of emotes. PT raid. Hype it up. Hype up Cat. Cat's fun. She's Sky's feral friend for Thursdays.
It's true.
There are no more Tuesday night streams for the foreseeable future. I am going to do an art stream Wednesday morning, hopefully.
Oh shit.
Or I might try
Whoa.
to make that a consistent part of the schedule. But none of that's important right now. I will see everybody again. Until next time, stay cool, find a pool, and stay techno. We'll catch you then.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.